Last week, we went and saw the Isotopes and listened to the first few episodes of WATP. This week, we continue our Cardiff Electric journey through history and pick back up in March of 2022. Where we last left off, Cardiff did notable interviews with joke man Jackie Martling and Richard Ojeda. Gary from San Diego was keeping us informed on the Stuttering John's DC debacle, and we were introduced to some WATP games. Yeah, not sure what the problem. I think I know what the problem was, but it's really makes no sense trying to explain it. But what I was saying is, hopefully this all works out well, and what I'm gonna do is start off where we left off last with the Cardiff Electric stuff. Was the beginning of March 2022. Now, remember at this point he was still just doing like audio stuff. I don't think he had the filter. He didn't have the filter yet, because hopefully we could get to that eventually tonight. But I'm gonna go ahead and start off with an episode from March 8th, which is actually International Women's Day, if any of you haven't known or care to look up or anything like that. But Cardiff did do an episode on his podcast, which is still available on Apple Podcasts if you go look them up. That's where all this stuff I'm finding, none of this is behind a paywall or anything. I know, unfortunately, none of this is on YouTube, really. But if it is on Spotify and iTunes, if you look up Cardiff Electric. But we're going to get into the episode from March 8th, 2022, entitled International Women's Day. You're also going to hear a little bit of voicemails from Gary and Dr. Steve doing his impressions from his car as he's driving. So hopefully nothing happens, nothing goes wrong, nothing fails me from here on out. All right. Yeah, and I know, sorry, there's no like background. There was some shit that it was basically, it was something was running that I couldn't figure out what it was. Which I think was like kind of like fucking up with the software I'm using. So right now it looked like everything is running fine from what I can see. And I'm still not sure exactly what the fuck happened, but you know, in the technical age, I mean, shit happens. You just gotta kind of drive on. But like I said, I know. No, I mean, I don't expect everybody to hang out this whole fucking time if all this goes right. So you know, we can always come back, listen in next week, next month, next year. Yeah, whatever. You know, it is what it is, man. Things happen. So without further ado, here is the International Women's Day episode. Fingers crossed.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff.
Hey, it's your old pal Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, Gabe, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
Tired of listening to substandard podcasts like the one you're listening to now? Well, we have a cure for your podcast needs. The world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast is available now on Spotify, Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, Cassette, and everywhere else you listen. Enjoy laughs and thought-provoking talk on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Also buy a shirt or a mug. There.
Hello, and welcome to the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Today we are proud to celebrate International Women's Day. A woman is an adult female human. Prior to adulthood, a female human is referred to as a girl. The plural women is sometimes used in certain phrases, such as women's rights, to denote female humans, regardless of age. Thank you.
Hey, Cardiff, Gary in San Diego. Congratulations on those John parody songs. They came out loud and clear. Anyway, I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but have you noticed how Stuttering John hasn't spoken to Hal Sparks in like a month? What's going on? We know that John and Hal had a falling out about that comedy gig where John was set aside, and now John and Hal aren't talking, it appears. Now, that doesn't mean maybe they'll talk in the future, but it sure looks like they had a falling out to me. I hope not. That would really hurt John's feelings.
Oh, Mr. Carter, I'm going to tell you, I was talking to old Trace Atkins, and he said, if a stuttering John needs $200 to come on Mr. Carter's show, hell, I'll put up $300. Make sure he shows. So, because Mr. Cardiff is one dynamic interviewer, and that's a fact. So we know he will get the truth. If Mr. Cardiff gets Stuttering John on his show, we get the truth about that hole in his mama's roof, about taking all that money to go to D.C. and never seeing what the first Republican, he never did see none of them. He ain't even a going. So, and all that cat litter too. All right. Well, I hope you have you some good vittles, and I'll talk to you soon. It's your old buddy Cletus. Thank you, bye. Hey, Mr. Garland, it's Trace Atkins, and I'm a telling you, oh, and I better get out there. That ain't no Trace Atkins. I'm sorry, Mr. Carter, that's my cousin Delmer. He thinks he's funny. He thinks he's like old Clutch Cargo or one of them funny fellers, but he ain't funny. I'll take care of him later. Don't you worry about that. All right. Well, I do. Trace Atkins says he'll give you that $300. He'll give it to you today to get Stuttering John on your show, because you got a dynamic show, and he'd like to hear you interview old Stuttering John. So you let me know if you get it on there, and I'll get him on there, and we'll get you that money right away. All right. Thank you very much. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, Cardiff. Just a quick recap on Stuttering John's trip to Washington, D.C., what he calls Stuttering John 2.0, where he's going to ask crazy questions of Republicans. Well, he first started talking about it in June 2021. Now, tomorrow is going to be February 1st, like 10 months away. He hasn't done a thing. Every time he gets close, now he's put it off to April and May. That's when he's going to go. It's unbelievable. He keeps putting this off, resetting it, but it's good for me because I might win $2,000 from Howie Mandel if he doesn't make it by May 31st.
Well, Mr. Carter, I think we both got robbed on that. I tell you that. I thought your song was real good. It was real catchy. Had a snappy beat, and kind of like old Charlie Pride back in the day. Well, and then they played my old song about my ex. I used to have me a boyfriend, back too long ago, and well, that didn't go so good. He was, I may live in the holler, but we like to be clean. I tell you that. We get in the creek and we clean ourselves off, and you clean your dang fingernails. And I got tired of telling him to clean his fingernails. So, well, he told me to go straight to hell, and then.
Well, Mr. Carter, I sent in what you might call an audition of sorts to that old creepy show over there, and old Trace Atkins said, Cletus, you ought to send in an audition tape, see if you can get on that show. Well, I know it weren't that Mr. Paulini, because he's a good feller. He's a good, and if I ever heard one, he surely is. But that Carl Cheeseburger fella, I expect he's the one that gave it the old, veto or the boot or whatever you call it in show business. Well, that's all right. Travis Tritt told me, well, Cletus, that's just show business. And you throw enough manure against the wall, perhaps someday in the future, some of it'll stick to the wall. And then you have to scrape it off. All right, but you have. Well, Mr. Carter, I apologize for monopolizing your time there. I've done called too many times this week. I love hearing Gary from San Diego call in a bunch of time, but nobody wants to hear old country feller just calling in. But old Travis Tripp put me up to it. I'll tell you that right now. Now my daddy told me don't ever cuss. Cletus and my mama would say don't say nothing nice unless you can say something nice about somebody nice, and something like that. Anyhow, I just want to say that old Stuttering John is a piece of crap. He's a piece of crap. If I ever saw a piece of crap, he won't even pay his bar bill. And that's why he got kicked out of that big wig pub place. That's what they're telling me. Anyway, that's a mess if I ever did see one. And well, what?
Hey, Cardiff. Well, Stuttering John did it again. He went to Florida to record an interview with some obscure podcaster. He flies John in and he pays him a small fee, but John will go for any kind of fee because he needs the money. But John, he won't put him up in a hotel. So John stays with a, quote, so-called friend. 2 times he's gone, 2 times he stayed with different so-called friends. They call that in the vernacular a freeloader. John is a freeloader. Just listen to John's March 5th podcast. At the tail end, he doubles down on going to Washington, D.C. He said, "Mark my words, I'm going in April or May, and to prove it, I'm bringing Gonzo as a bodyguard." I guess he feels he needs a bodyguard since he's going to be insulting all these Republicans. So this is good. He's doubling down. We'll see if he's going to be a man of his word. Usually he breaks his word, but we'll see this time. And we're counting on you going, John. Don't fail us this time. Please go by the end of May 31st. Thank you.
That was the International Women's Day episode. As you know, there really wasn't much for Cardiff to say in reference to the International Women's Day. But we got to hear Gary from San Diego give us a complete rundown of what was going on in the world of Stuttering John back then in early 2022. Now, he did mention the DZ trip, which Cardiff will actually cover coming up after this next episode. This next episode is with Doug from the Who's Right podcast, and together he joined up with Cardiff to come up with a conspiracy show. So, if you do know from me and Dog, he'll guest host frequently on WATP. And if you're ever looking for Cardiff merch, I know he kind of runs it through Who's Right.com's merch store, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Blah blah blah. And also, again, about the fuck up that happened at the beginning of the show. That's probably why you're not hearing any background noise or music. I think it has something to do with that I was playing. That it's all like computer junk shit and all that. I apologize for all that, but I do appreciate those of you that are tuning in and following along. So without further ado, this one, the conspiracy show with Doug from Who's Right.
Conspiracies with Doug and Cardiff.
Brought to you by the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Hello.
Hello, Douglas.
So what do you got in store for us?
Are you ready to start?
I am.
Great, let's go. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, Douglas. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Cardiff?
Great. It's great that we can get together tonight to do this episode. I'm very excited.
I've been looking forward to it since I got the invite.
Great. So Anthony's on vacation, so you had some free time tonight.
I did.
I'm glad
I decided to spend it with you.
I'm very happy to hear that. So recently, in many parts of America, our clocks have sprung forward 1 hour. Many believe that this is to help the farmers, but others believe that something more nefarious is going on. Recently, Congress has even decided that we are going to stop changing the clocks twice a year. What do you think, Douglas?
I think that it's great that it made it through the Senate. I don't know if it's got to Congress yet, but I think it's great that they are tackling them types of topics. Get rid of them. The things that'll have the most effect in this country, getting us back in the right direction.
I agree. Did you know that every time we change the clocks, that many deaths are caused by the time change?
I didn't.
Yes, it's true. Do you think that this could be a plan for population control in America? What do you think, Douglas?
So where did you get the information that a lot of deaths occur when there's the time change?
From the internet. The heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, and suicides, missed meetings all go up by 14% every time we change the clocks. What do you think, Douglas?
I think that we should change the clocks once a month. I'm now changing my stance. I didn't know that we could decrease the population that easily.
Oh, so you do feel that there's a conspiracy to control the population?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I think that it's probably that the time change could probably be tracked down to who's the largest body bag manufacturer. That's where I would start.
The body bag manufacturers. I think you've stumbled onto it. I do have another theory, though. So daylight savings time was introduced in America during World War II. It was first done by the Germans, aka the Nazis. Could daylight savings time be a Nazi satanic ritual that we're just falling for? What do you think, Douglas?
Do you think that it was an attempt? Do you think maybe the government caught wind about Pearl Harbor and they were trying to screw up the Japanese with the time? like telling them when to coordinate and
You know, when I decided that this would be the topic of the conspiracy we discussed, I did not realize how deep that this could possibly go. I was just thinking that maybe even Russia could be involved. What do you think, Douglas?
No, I'm not. I'm not putting this on Russia. They've already had enough pinned on them recently. I don't think they need this added.
Very interesting. Also, another interesting tidbit to the daylight savings time conspiracy: Hawaii, Arizona, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, and American Samoa don't follow daylight savings time. They are all home to major military bases. What do you think about that, Douglas?
I think it sounds like all those places you just named are Nazis.
Whoa, that is definitely something to think about. So that's it for our conspiracy section. I have some questions for you if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
First, isn't it nice to be on a show where you don't need to do all the heavy lifting?
Yeah, it's making me a little bit uncomfortable.
Just because you're not used to it or because you don't like me?
Why can't it be both? Why do I have to choose?
I would like you to choose.
Let's just say that I'm not used to it.
Okay. Could you get used to it?
Are you inviting me on permanent?
Maybe.
Well, I don't think we're at that point in our relationship yet, Cardiff.
Fair. I will continue to woo you.
And I will continue to be wooed.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla. Chocolate sucks.
Ginger or Marianne?
Marianne. Ginger when I was little, Marianne as an adult.
So your masturbation targets changed as you grew?
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting. I always thought that would be ingrained at a young age and continue into manhood.
Well, I guess if you would have, now that I think about my answer, that means when I was young, I masturbated to older women. And then as I got older, I masturbated to younger women.
How young? So, well, it's time for our news segment. Do you have any news subjects that you would like to discuss?
I have disconnected myself from the news. What do you have?
Well, have you heard about Russia and Ukraine?
What about them?
They are currently involved in a conflict, a military conflict.
What's your thoughts on that, Cardiff?
I think it's bad. What do you think, Douglas?
I think it is being used again. So as soon as that conflict started, all the mentions of COVID in the media kind of became non-existent or decreased rapidly. And now you see all these fucking people that have the Ukrainian flags as their profile pic. It's just being shoved down our throat. And we're supposed to hold this Zelensky or whatever the fuck his name is up on a pedestal like he's some kind of god or action hero or something.
A superhero. So you're saying that Russia cured COVID?
I think they did. I think that's so I think they failed with the time change and then just decided to take action against COVID.
And I thought the conspiracy theory section of our show was over.
It's never over, Cardiff. It's never over.
Wow. What else is going on in the news?
I didn't have anything to begin with. What makes you think I would have a second thing?
I thought you might have come up with something since we last discussed it.
I seen that they released new information on how Bob Saget died.
What happened to Bob Saget?
Apparently he hit his head on something hard that's covered in something soft.
No, I mean, what happened to Bob Saget? Is he okay?
I think he's got COVID.
I knew it.
Do you think the rush? So I don't want to be the one that breaks this to you. You know, Bob Saget is no longer with us, right?
Danny Tanner?
Danny Tanner has passed on.
No. Please tell me more.
Are you okay?
Well, as long as we still have Dave Coulier.
Cut it out.
I see what you did there.
I'm glad you did.
We're a great team.
Yeah, we just got to work out the bugs and we could do this more often, huh?
I mean, this is our first show together, but we have the chemistry now that you and Anthony had maybe after 87 shows. So we're starting off from a much greater position, I think.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
So tell me more about Bob Saget. What was your favorite episode of Full House?
The one about racism.
A very special episode.
Yeah, Michelle was dating a little black boy in her school, and Uncle Jesse brought his biker gang over, and they strung him up. You remember that?
You know what my favorite episode was?
No.
The Valentine's Day episode. And
Okay.
all the kids got presents from Danny and Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey for Valentine's Day. And I remember thinking, boy, did I get ripped off as a child. My parents never gave me anything for Valentine's Day. Maybe they didn't love me. What do you think, Douglas?
I had a friend of mine in junior high, and grade school and junior high, and every Valentine's Day, he would get 2 Nintendo games from his mom in his Easter basket. I always thought that was weird.
I only got a chocolate bunny, and I was happy with that.
And he would also get gifts from his mom on Valentine's Day, which I thought it was odd because I had never heard of getting a gift from your mom on Valentine's Day.
Were they involved romantically?
I don't know. Not that they would ever let me watch. I always had my suspicions. And come to think of it, he was a very odd shaped kid. So their family tree might have been a little straight, maybe. I don't know.
Interesting. Very interesting. Would you like to fill the next hour and a half with phone calls, super chats, and possibly go through the P.O. box?
Well, let's do this.
In an effort to promote audience participation and to
You want to play a game of is it racist?
Sure.
All right, what do you got? Let me hear it.
Pepsi Cola.
Pepsi is racist.
How so?
They burnt Michael Jackson. They essentially lynched him with fire.
But when did they burn him? Was he black or was he white?
He was black at the time.
But Michael Jackson told us that it doesn't matter if you're black or white.
It certainly mattered when you get lynched by Pepsi and they burn you. He didn't sing that afterwards. I can fucking tell you that.
Very interesting.
Okay, question for you. Michael Jackson, was he a pedophile or not?
Unfortunately, I signed a non-disclosure agreement when I was 12 that I can't discuss that.
I understand.
But I really would like to tell you in private one day.
I look forward to it.
Do you not like the Is It Racist game?
No, I don't.
Okay. So I shouldn't make that for you anymore?
No, you still can. I'm not going to stop you.
But you won't use it.
Well, if it's funny, I will.
But you need to bring the funny.
Well, I understand that. By the time I get to Is It Racist, I no longer feel like bringing the funny, and I feel like just ending the episode.
I understand. But it wasn't an effort to increase super chats.
I understand, and I appreciate it.
But I don't think you should share those super chats with Anthony.
Can you come up with a game to increase the participation to the P.O. box?
I'm envisioning a win a date with Tad Hamilton game. Let me think about it.
All right.
Let me think about it. Well, I've run out of steam, Douglas. How
All
about
right.
you?
I am good, thank you. I'm glad you had me on. I appreciate it.
Well, I am glad to have you on the first episode of Conspiracies with Doug and Cardiff. I'm glad to have you today. We'll talk to everybody next week on... That's your line.
Conspiracies with Doug and Cardiff.
Thank you, Doug. Liz, talk to you next week.
You take care.
Bye now. Are you still there?
I am. I wanted to talk to you when you get done recording.
That was great. Thank you. Oh, would you like me to stop recording the Zoom?
I would, yes.
Okay. Hello, Douglas.
Conspiracies with Doug and Cardiff.
Brought to you by the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
It's never over, Cardiff. It's never over. 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 It's never over, Cardiff.
All right.
It's
all right,
never.
I know. All right, that's not that one. All right, that was the Conspiracy podcast with Dog from the Who's Right podcast. That was from March 17th, 2022. Now, in there, you didn't hear any Gary's voicemails about John's DC adventures. But the next episode, Cardiff goes to DC, part 1. And you might hear some, a little bit of an E-Rock intro that was introduced in the beginning of the episode. Which, later on tonight, hopefully we get to it, there will be an E-Rock interview. And, we'll get to there when we'll get to there. But, so far everything seems to be going okay. But, here we go. This is the Cardiff Electric goes to DC.
Somebody else. There's this guy. You're familiar with who are these podcasts, right, Zia?
Yes. Yeah. We had the guy on Chip, I think.
Oh yeah, you had Carl on Chip.
Ago. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We had Carl on Chip. Yeah.
So there's like a side piece to it, a spin-off or something along those lines. Guy goes under the name Cardiff Electric. And
I've seen that name.
he does
somewhere.
little features for Carl's thing, and then he has these weird interviews, and he's got the Unabomber voice descrambler thing on him, so
Okay.
you don't know who he
Got
is.
it.
And so I guess he does a podcast, and Dr. Steve went on his podcast a long time ago, and he said it was really fun and really bizarre, and he's like, you should do it. And the guy asked me to do it, and I think he asked Gittles to do it too. And he's there in the room. So he thinks that I'm dodging his podcast. But when he wants to do it, he tells me, he's like, I can do 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. We're working. It's like, I don't have to, I would entertain this, but I'm at work. I can't just sit there and go, all right, I got to wait for In Hot Water starting, so I'm going to have to just go out in the hallway and do this podcast while, everything else is going on. So if it was another time, I said I would gladly do his podcast, but if he's still in the room, hell, maybe we'll just throw him on in here and let him do that. That can be, and he can just take the audio and make his own thing there. Adam is saying Cardiff's been doing great lately. The song parodies were awesome. Yes, there's a jingle contest that I've been made aware of going on Who Are These Podcasts, and I give it my full stamp of approval. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right. Well, that.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Well, hello everybody, it's your pal, Cardiff Electric, and I'm here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. I'm gonna find some Republicans out here and ask them some crazy questions. Why don't you come and join me? Let's see who we can find. Oh, look, over there. It's Republican Ted Cruz. Ted, can I ask you a question? What did you do with the money? The money that your parents gave you for politics school. I'll take that as a no comment. Let's see who else we can find. Oh, look, over there. The Republican Marjorie Trader Green. Let's see if I can get her to answer a question. Hey, Marjorie, over here. I have a question for you. Does your gynecologist send you love letters? Another no comment. Boy, these Republicans don't have a lot to say today. Oh boy, look down there. I think I see Newt Gingrich. Hold on, let me see if I can catch him. Hey, Newt. Does your son ever accidentally call you Grandpa? Newt? Oh, Newt's running away. Another no comment for Cardiff. Let's see who else we can find out here at the Capitol. Looks like Mitt Romney over there. Hey, Mitt, I have a question for you, Mitt. You ever fart in the catcher's face? Mitt? Oh, another no comment for the kid. Let's see who else we can find. Oh, look, over there. Sitting on the bench. I think that's Herman Cain. Let me go over and ask him a question. Hey, Mr. Cain, I have a question for you. Didn't you steal my car? Mr. Cain? No comment here. Well, I think that's all for me today. I've got a lot of people giving me some dirty looks that I think I need to get out of here, but hopefully I'll have some better luck next time. Let's take some calls from the listeners.
Hey, Cardiff, your old pal Gary in San Diego. Well, John was very emphatic on his Saturday show, March 19th. He's got those tickets for Washington, D.C., the golden tickets. He's got those golden tickets. There's only one small hitch, one very small hitch. He didn't have a video crew to tape him. Not a professional crew. He even mentioned that. I need a professional crew with a professional camera, a professional video camera. If it's not videoed, it's a bunch of junk that he's going to get. If he could even get an interview, and I doubt he could get an interview. He's also very leery about giving anybody a heads up that he's coming. So if those Republicans find out he's coming, they may hide out, and he'll have nothing except a trip to Washington, D.C., all by himself. Hey, Cardiff, had brunch this morning with Howie Mandel and Brian Cranston at Brent's Deli in Westlake Village. Howie's very excited that John's committed to go to Washington, D.C., but I had to remind him, hey, John's got to be successful, Howie. He's got to interview Republicans. He can't fall flat on his face. And Howie said, oh, yeah, it's a good chance he will fall flat on his face, not be able to interview anybody. I said, yeah, there's a great chance he'll be arrested. And Brian says, yeah, a great chance he'll be arrested. So that's where we're at right now. John's committed to go. We'll see what happens. It's a bunch of big ifs, though, a lot of ifs. On the way back to San Diego today, after having brunch at Brent's Deli, I stopped off at the 21,000 block in Roscoe and Canoga Park. Didn't see John, so I figured, okay, let's go to Home Depot. I went up and down the aisles looking for that dabbler. I started looking in the Roach Motel aisle, couldn't find him. I looked in the aisle for the cat litter, couldn't find him. So I spent about a half hour at Home Depot, didn't see him, and left. One of these days, I'm going to spot John, probably in the Roach Motel aisle. Hey, Cardiff, let me give this a shot. Stuttering John is going to Washington, D.C. in early May. He announced it. He's taking his bodyguard, Gonzo. And he doesn't want anybody to know. He doesn't want to tip it off. But in the meantime, he's telling everybody he knows on his podcast. I hope the haters and trolls don't notify the GQPers, all those Republicans, that Stuttering John's coming. If they do, they'll be aware of it and they won't even talk to him. He'll be left talking to the Capitol Police and they'll just give him a Glasgow smile. Too bad for John. I don't think this is going to work out very well at all. Hey, Cardiff. On his March 22nd podcast, Stuttering John doubled down on Washington, D.C. He claims Gonzo's got a hotel room and he's trying to enlist Doug Goodstein, his co worker from the Howard Stern Show, to come up with a camera crew. And then he telegraphed everybody he wants to see in Washington, D.C. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Mitch McConnell, Ron Johnson, Marco Rubio, and he's even come up with some questions he mentioned for Mitch McConnell. They're all going to be about turtles. So he's telegraphing everything he's going to do. And he said he doesn't want to give a heads up to anybody, but that's what he looks like he's doing. He's giving a heads up to everybody that he's coming. This is crazy talk. Hey, Cardiff. On his March 24th show, John straightened out a little bit of news on his trip to D.C. He's going for 2 days. He was talking earlier in the week about going for 3 or 4 days, but he thinks he could get it all done in 2 days because he's going to work really hard, like an 8 to 12-hour day interviewing Republicans. My only hope is that the haters and trolls don't contact the Republicans in Congress letting them know he's coming, because that'll really spoil his trip. If they know he's coming, they'll hide. I hope that doesn't happen. Message to haters and trolls: don't notify anybody John's coming, please.
Mr. Carter, I just wanted to tell you that you got the best, in my opinion, and that's a very humble opinion, I'll tell you that. I think you got the best show going. Best thing ever. And I got old Travis Tritt, and he's talking to me again, by the way. He said, Clayton, it's all right, virus got to live too, and be bygones, be bygones, for giving him the covert, don't you know? But I've got old Travis Tritt, Tim McGraw, and his lovely wife. She is pretty, I'll tell you that. She lights up the room like I don't know what, like a lantern that you put gasoline in, I expect. And then old Trace Atkins, they all listen to the Mr. Cardiff show, saying it's dynamic, and they enjoy it. Well, Mr. Cardiff, I just wanted to clarify something I done said in that last message. Don't be putting no gasoline in no lantern. That ain't the right thing to do. I was just making what you call an analog guard. Anyways, thing is, Travis Tritt and Tim McGraw and old Trace Atkins, they're all looking forward to you are coming to Nashville for this thing with Mr. Cheeseburger on the 14th of May. Well, surely hope you come. And I'll take you into the holler and get you a little taste of corn squeeze and some possum stew, and we'll show you a real Nashville time. I'll tell you that. We'll have a big old hootenanny. So I hope you do get to come. All right, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
On his Twitter, Stuttering John took a real shot at Will Smith for punching Chris Rock. Said it's not cool. But as I recall, Stuttering John is always threatening to punch people. He threatened to punch people if they make fun of his kids, if make fun of his comedy act, just make fun of his house in general or his cockroaches. He's always going to punch somebody in the face. He's a real hypocrite. Stuttering John.
Stutter John is still threatening to punch people. Even back then in 2022, he was still calling that. But you hear Cardiff was in DC. Didn't get many great interviews that time, but lucky for us, the next episode, Cardiff goes to DC, part 2. Now, let's see if he gets any better luck this time.
You're familiar with who are these podcasts, right, Zia?
Yes, yeah. We had the guy on Chip, I think.
Oh yeah, you had Carl on Chip.
Ago. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This next episode started off just like the previous one did with the Erik Nagel clip with him and Zia, however the hell you say her name. So I'm just going to try to fast forward through there here.
If it was a
nope.
Full stamp.
Goddamn.
Electric.
All right, I'm gonna do you guys a favor and just skip the song for this one.
Famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, Gabe, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
If you thought he has a lot of intros now, I mean, he had a ton of intros even back then. So, not much changed, you know.
Apple Podcast, cassette, and everywhere else you listen. Enjoy laughs and thought-provoking talk on the Cardiff Electric Podcast. Also buy a shirt or a mug. There.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Hello, everyone. It's your old pal Cardiff here, again, live in Washington, D.C. I'm gonna find us some more Republicans to ask questions. Let's see who we can find now. Oh, look, over there. It's Marco Rubio. Marco, over here. Hi. I have a question for you, Marco Rubio. Is your penis pointed like your ears? Marco? No comment? Okay. Let's see who else we can find. Oh, look. Noted Republican Mike Huckabee. Let me see if I can ask him a question. Mr. Huckabee. Mr. Huckabee, hi. Hi, it's me, Cardiff. Hi, I had a question for you. Do you have gray pubic hair? Mr. Huckabee? Hello? Hello? Oh, look over there. It's Lindsey Graham. This will really get Stuttering John Melendez's goat. That I got an exclusive with Lindsey Graham. Hello, Mr. Graham. Can I ask you a question? No, it doesn't involve turtles in any way. I guess you heard what's coming for you. No, I have a real question for you, Mr. Lindsey Graham. Are you a member of the Lollipop Guild? Mr. Graham? Hello? Well, if you can't handle that, you better be prepared for when the big man comes to DC. Let's take some calls.
This message is going out to all the haters and trolls. I'm warning you. Do not call John at the Pickwick Pub. Do not call John at J.J. Sullivan's in Woodland Hills. and especially don't call him at the New Scotland Yard on Sherman Way in Canoga Park. He's very upset and anxious. He's going to Washington, D.C. His condition is very delicate. He does not want to take any calls. Don't call him at those 3 pubs. He's very nervous, and this is just making him more anxious. I'm warning you, please do not call John at any of those pubs.
Hey Cardiff, I know it's been a while since I called last. I've been working, which is something that John has never done. So yeah, I'll make this quick. Did you know that John is like 5'4"? Yeah, I can't believe that's never been brought up anywhere. It would explain a lot. All right, well, punching out. Bye.
Well, Mr. Carter, I was glad to hear that you made it to Washington, D.C. like that. You beat old Stutter John by a mile. You surely did. And you got to talk to old Herman Cain. He surely is a good. I told you, Travis Tritt was talking to me about it. He said, appreciate the fact that you put in the effort to get to Washington, D.C. It's sight more effort than Stutter John ever did put in. So, well, all right. Well, I hope you, that was a good one. You are the man. I'll tell you that. You surely are. All right. Well, can't wait to see you in Nashville. We got a big old hootenanny planned for you. We'll see you when you get there. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Hey Cardiff, my wife Judy gave me an idea for a game for you, a new game similar to Catch a Dabbler. It's called To Catch a Scribbler. It's where you take a line or a passage from John's book and then let Carl and the gang figure out what the next line or passage is from the book. And you could do the audio version or you could read the sentence or two. Anyway, To Catch a Scribbler. It's Judy's idea. I think it's pretty good. Worth a try. Hey Cardiff, it's your old friend Gary from San Diego. I'm listening to John's March 31st podcast, and he's kind of on the fence about this Washington, D.C. trip. First he says he's going in May. Today he announced he's going in April. He's not exactly sure. He's sure that Gonzo's going, but he's not sure about a camera crew. How can he go without a camera crew? He won't be able to be on YouTube without a camera crew, so it's kind of nutty. He is talking about making a lot of phone calls trying to get press credentials. I don't know how he's going to get press credentials. He has no network with him, so it's kind of crazy. I hope he's able to go because I want to see how he does. I suspect he's going to get arrested or fall flat on his face. Well, for the 3rd show in a row, John had on Army Major Richard Ojeda. John must be having a problem getting guests because he keeps having the same guest, Richard Ojeda, three podcasts in a row. Then to really show that he's having a problem getting guests, for his Bear on the Balcony on Saturday, March 2nd, he really dipped well into the barrel to get Steve Grillo, the most boring guy in the United States, as a Bear on the Balcony guest. Ridiculous. Also, he did mention he's getting with Adam Hunter to write more questions for his Washington, D.C. gig. Good luck with that. Adam Hunter and John coming up with questions. This is really getting bad. John is starting to fill out his schedule for his trip to Washington, D.C. He said the other day that he's got Doug Goodstein from the old Howard Stern show going to come on maybe as a producer. So John might be getting a professional producer, maybe. He's not sure. But we know one thing, those Republicans are waiting for him, and I think they're going to be waiting by not talking to him. Too bad for John. I don't think this is going to work out very well at all. At least that's what I think. Hey, Cardiff, on his Thursday show today, John let it be known inadvertently that he tried to strong arm Glenn Kirshner and is staying at his house when he was in Washington, D.C. But Glenn Kirshner said he didn't want to let anybody stay because he didn't want to sleep with anybody in the room that has a CPAP machine. And of course, John has sleep apnea and makes a lot of noise. And Glenn said he didn't have any room. But John tried to embarrass Glenn by saying he won't let me stay with him. Number two, John's kind of backtracking on his DC trip. He's still going, but he's kind of letting it be known that he might not be able to interview any Republicans. He's saying he's getting problems getting press credentials. So will this mean that he's acknowledging he's not going to be able to interview anybody? What a mess.
In there, you heard Dr. Steve talk about coming up on Nashville. At this time, this was just prior to WATP's live Nashville show, which was in May of 2022, I believe. You also heard Gary mention about an idea for a new game. I do have like some of the games Cardiff did play during this time. I kind of like cut it up to make it a little bit more enjoyable. I'll play that at the end of the show. Hopefully we can get there. So far, so good. But as advertised, I did mention that this will be where around the time Cardiff gets his potato filter. Now, alright, this does get a little confusing. But this next episode we're going to listen to from Cardiff is called Whom Are These Podcasts, which he's going to review a show called Mom Swipes Left, number 173. This is following WATP's episode number 305, where they reviewed Mom Swipes Left, number 172. So, it now, I know that probably sounds really confusing as fuck, but this is basically Cardiff just doing his parody of what WATP does. Listen to a podcast and review it. But after this, we're going to get into, because the Mom Swipes Left podcast, there was some dude out there who used like a potato filter in the ground where he would review Mom Swipes Left like an after show. Called like Pomme Swipes After, which that is what we're going to listen to following this. So this is kind of like a prelude to understanding exactly what the fuck led to the potato filter. We'll be able to explain it a lot more better because hopefully there's a video that a certain special dabbler put together years ago that better explained all this. So we're going to watch that following this. So right now, and I know you probably all wondering, you can't keep up. I know I can't even keep up with it, honestly. But this is Whom Are These Podcasts from, what date I put this on? Oh, yeah. April 2022. So let's just start here, okay? And then we'll ease into the potato filter after this.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool, come out and play. He's the guy all the other guys are jealous of. 'Cause he's the guy that all the girls wanna be with. Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. He's got great guests on his show, like Dr. Steve and some other people. We love you, Cardiff.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
On this week's episode, we'll be reviewing the podcast Pomme Swipes Left, episode 173, titled Women Aren't Funny. Let's hear the intro.
You've landed on Pomme Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle-aged women who are a scab you should not pick.
On today's show, we have the honor of responding to some pretty high up there professional podcasters who critiqued our show. Enjoy. And welcome back to Pomme Swipes Left. This is episode 173. I am your host, Jen.
And I'm your host, Carol.
Wow, that was a week. We had a lot of flitter-flatter going on in the background.
Flitter.
I'm just going to come right out of the gate. We're going to skip the shit list and grievances.
Well, and also because part of the critique that you're going to maybe hear, but we heard loud and clear, was that Carla from Who Are These Podcasts does not like recurring bits.
Right.
Really? All he does is recurring bits.
He said those suck. And so our shit list and grievances, I mean, we have no choice. We have to just let it go. At least this one time, because it would be rude and almost, it would be flagrant to have that after being told.
Oh, good point. That's a good point.
So we're not going to do that.
No.
We're just going to go right into.
No. So we were told by a listener early last week that we were going to be critiqued by, who is that podcast? What's it?
Who are these podcasts? It's very grammatically incorrect, but...
Let me state for the record that it was not me.
We get it. We get what you're doing. Yeah.
Oh, totally. Who are these podcasts? And they've been around for quite a while. I got to tell you, the episode came up yesterday. They only covered us for about 40 minutes. I mean, it's a 3-hour podcast. So
it is long,
we got like a sixth of it, which I was
nice.
Really flattered with.
Yeah.
And they gave us a ton of podcasting critique. And it was for free, dude.
Constructive criticism for free, son.
From professionals.
Well, I wouldn't say professional.
I mean, it was so much information.
Yeah.
They could teach a course. Maybe not like a college course,
but like community college.
Yeah, like a long weekend course.
Totally do that, and we would have had to pay for that, and we didn't have to, and it was amazing.
No, so
and
thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. When I found out they were gonna be reviewing us, I literally have not slept for a week. It has been so fucking exciting.
I was so jacked. I think we also need to do a shout out to Adam Thoreau, I believe his name is, the guy who actually recommended us.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah. What a sweetheart, man.
It's awesome.
I think you're misinterpreting the intentions of Mr. Adam Thoreau.
Can I just take a side jog here?
Sure.
I will admit, and this doesn't sound very professional, I know you got to fake it till you make it.
Right.
But when I first heard and I looked at them and saw like how popular they were.
Yeah.
I actually thought to myself, they've referenced the wrong podcast.
Yeah, I thought so too.
We're nobody.
No, we're not fucking anybody.
We're like the kindergartner to their 8th grader.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
8th grader is an adept assessment of Carla.
So why would they?
You know what? The gods and the planets were aligned, and we are so lucky.
Oh my God.
It's unbelievable. We're going to blow up, people. This is it.
This is it. Let's start with some clips.
Okay.
Their show starts out.
I miss penis.
Are you a boner guy?
What are you talking about? What a dick. Cuz-a-roo. Slap-a-rooney.
I don't even know what to call it, but I'm sure it's very artistic. It's like these overlays of Simpson. And I don't even know where some of these things come from. I have a feeling that because we're not in the inner circle.
Exactly.
Like these were sort of references that have been around for a very long time.
Like only the inner
Absolutely.
circle understands them.
Yes.
So I was a little confused, but also awed.
Right.
Dude.
I've always wanted to have that group where they know exactly what you're talking about, but everybody who's not in on it.
It's like the Mean Girls in high school.
Kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah, but these guys aren't mean. That's the
Right.
difference.
They're actually very generous.
And knowledgeable. I don't know how many times I can say that.
Yeah.
You couldn't be more wrong, ladies.
We'll be reviewing a show called Mom Swipes Left. This was a suggestion from Adam Thoreau.
Fuck you,
We have
Adam
both
Thoreau.
listened separately. We have not discussed it with each other beforehand. Let's get into it. This is a show hosted by Carol and Jen.
Hosted is a strong word.
Two women who try really hard to have personalities.
Ooh.
And I'll just give you like kind of how the show starts off here.
You've landed on Mom Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle-aged women, one of whom is on day 12 of her period.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
So it starts off with really good jokes.
Yeah.
And they continue throughout.
I will be honest with you. That's some sharp criticism. But listening to that, I was like, well, we're sort of beginners. These guys have been in audio
since audio started.
I mean, I have a feeling that these guys were the AV.
They fucking were.
Guys that wheeled the
Wheeled that shit
TVs
around.
and the VCRs into the classrooms.
Yep. Always idolized them.
I did too.
Oh my God, so sexy.
But here's the thing. They were always awkward. But these guys are funny.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we got to punch up the jokes. We get it. We get it. Sometimes I think we forget that we're coming right out of the gate. We got to have that really good joke.
Let's let the listeners hear what a truly rousing intro sounds like.
Yes.
The other thing?
Yeah.
Carl has two great zingers.
Right off the bat?
Right off the fucking bat,
All right.
man.
WATP.
WATP.
Hello, Rubbernecks and Cousin-Roos. Welcome to another episode of Who Are These Podcasts, the only show that discusses all the other things that happen at the Academy Awards. I'm your host, Cara. With me this week, a man whose bank account rises parallel to gas prices.
You know what? He has a point. Those two jokes, funny as shit.
Yep.
Right off the bat.
Right.
Get it. I'm putting it in my diary.
Hats off to you, sir.
No.
Crows, what did you pick up on this show?
Yeah, they're mercifully short at about 30, 40 minutes, so my plan was to listen to a bunch of them. Boy, oh boy, that evaporated about 2 seconds into the first one I listened to. Number one was them introducing the show.
Yes.
These are two people with not much to say.
I mean, it's kind of true, right?
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Right.
I don't have a lot to say.
I think the thing is that we have a lot to say. It's just not interesting.
It just doesn't matter at all.
So we just need to
that's
tighten
true.
it up a little bit.
Okay.
And I mean, they said short. I mean, we record what, 5-6 hours?
It's a lot of recording that we do. Granted, we're hammered most of it, but still. It's a lot of hours to get down to a mercifully short 40 minutes.
45, yeah. I'm not seeing that getting longer.
I'm not seeing that we can do what you guys do, which is like 2-3 hours at a time.
And is that even enough?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I mean, all right, to be perfectly honest, I haven't actually gotten to the end of an episode, but I know a lot of people do.
At the end of that episode, you want more.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no question you couldn't go longer.
Well, they do, for some reason, try to have some type of show format.
Yes. Yeah, there are a lot of recurring bits.
Yes. And I have to tell you, the recurring bits I'm not a huge fan of.
Here's the thing. If some guy who's a digital marketing strategist from Rochester.
Wait. I didn't see strategist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Strategist,
Dude.
From Rochester says.
Wait a minute. Carla's from Rochester and was in marketing? I never knew that. You think he would have mentioned it? Once or twice.
That bits, like reoccurring bits, are not good in a podcast. We got to stop. We can't do them anymore.
So what
honestly, I'm talking to all of our podcast buddies as well.
That's true.
Consider that because apparently it's really bad.
What do you fill a podcast with if you don't have bits?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, but I'm taking that to heart because it is, it does make sense.
There seems to be some confusion if we're scripted.
Right.
Or completely
not
unscripted. We've gotten some constructive criticism on both ends.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that I make an outline every week, but we are
handwritten. I might add.
Yeah, it is. It's handwritten on paper.
Yeah.
It is not scripted.
No.
If you would be so kind as to take that back,
mull over,
maybe some notes on that, and get back to us, we would be so thankful.
Yeah.
So there's this one that starts off at the beginning of the show.
Shit list, grievances. Have you any?
I have a shit list.
You do?
My shit list is that Volodymyr. Is that how you say his name?
I didn't add that fart noise.
Yeah.
These ladies have great sounders
Oh, that
on their
they do.
show. Get ready for the hilarity because they're going to talk about their shit list and grievances. Oh, this is going to be good.
They were critical about our adding the fart.
They were not fans of the fart sounds.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Which I actually wrote down as a note.
Yeah.
And then I kept listening to that episode.
Yeah.
And I heard this.
Ba, 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 ba.
So I was a little confused for a bit.
That is a kerfluffle.
I would call it a squeaker.
Yes, the fart was a squeaker. I'm saying it's a kerfluffle that they had criticism with our fart, but their fart.
So I actually took some time this afternoon. I noodled it through, and I think that the throaty fart that we use, at
like the real wet kind of,
the flappity flap. Yeah, I think that was
the loose lips fart.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that was 2000.
Got it.
The squeaker fart that you add. That's now.
That's current.
That's funny now.
That's current.
So
got it.
I know it's really subtle. So fucking subtle.
But good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is accurate. Flatulence is Carla's specialty.
This next stuff that they suggest is that we're not adding anything to our notable news stories.
Right. Okay.
Like, so they bring these topics of conversation or news stories, and then they add nothing to them.
Yes,
They're not witty. They don't have like a take or anything. Not only do they not have anything to add to a news story, which is the only point of bringing it up. Like, well, okay, do you have a take on it? Do you have something you want to say? Is there a joke, something? Not only do they not do that, they also don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
So it is definitely fair that we don't know what we're talking about.
No, never.
That was a very astute observation.
It was. Yep.
The correct way to do a news segment is to have a robotic voice read the news and add no context. I'm available if you are interested.
The thing about Carl that is so engaging that I think that we could learn from, I don't think it's just the Rochester accent.
Although that is part of it.
Oh, that is definitely charming.
Charming like dog shit.
But I also think it's that high-pitched, like when he knows that he has something funny to say.
He gets high.
Oh, his voice gets higher. He goes falsetto.
I know.
Home run, Comey, a home run.
That is incredible.
It is.
He either has a deviated septum, or he's classically trained.
It's like Freddie Mercury up in that
It's
shit.
so high. And he starts laughing over what he needs to say. And I just think to myself, this man is full of comedy.
Well, he's definitely full of something, but I wouldn't call it comedy.
It
Honest
is just
to God.
Dripping out of his mouth.
I mean, he can't even stop it from coming out.
No, and I am so engaged.
So
engaged. Because I know that whatever
he's about to say
finally lands on is going to be gold, baby.
And there's a lot to learn there.
Yeah.
Pretty edgy stuff there, ladies. What? Sex toys? What? It's outrageous. Can't even wrap my head around this one. Is this legal on the internet? Does Mark Zuckerberg know about this? Should we alert someone?
Yeah, he should be alerted immediately.
Does Peter Schiff know?
Why is he so...
Oh my God. That actually, my stomach hurts weird. Stop.
Oh my God, that's
funny.
I mean, that's why he's the master, man.
That's why we're getting schooled up in here.
Shit. Oh God, I might need a bathroom break. Can we just take a moment?
Yeah, let's take it.
I don't get it. What was so funny?
This next bit, I'm not quite sure how to feel about this. And maybe it's because it hits too close. This felt a little bit below the belt, maybe? I'm not quite sure. So let's have a listen.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Are these jokes? Are they just that retarded? Because honestly, I listened to an hour and a half of this, and I don't know the difference. I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of Carol's answer to this question about, so they were talking about pouring grease down the drain.
Okay.
And now you're really not supposed to do that sort of thing. And this is the wrong answer to this question.
Wait, do you drain bacon fat down the drain?
I don't really cook.
What the fuck? What? Her husband's like a doctor. Like, what's your role here? What are you doing?
Carol?
Yes.
I know that this was targeted at you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't cook. And
I do feel really bad about it.
I'm not passing judgment.
But what kind of woman am I, really?
Yeah, that one hit hard.
That was old school. I'm going to give it to you for bringing back the oldies. But
here's the thing. Carl did say at one point that comedy is timeless.
Well, he is correct on that. I mean...
No, Archie Bunker jokes, dude, I'm telling you right now.
That shit was funny.
Especially now among a certain group of people.
Yeah.
Please don't justify his misogyny by responding to the stupid comment.
What do I bring to the table? Okay, so a good portion of the yearly income, because I have a job.
Yeah, but that just means you're taking a job away from another man. Well, that's true,
from a dude. But I do contribute that. I also do give head.
Yeah.
Quite copiously.
Well, thank God you're giving head so he's not in your stinky pussy.
Right?
That's hot. All right, that's hot. I said that's hot. 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 That's hot.
Carl had a better suggestion for your response.
Okay.
I would have rather she said, no, I drowned kittens with it, and then I put the kittens down the drain. I'm like, all right, well, at least she's making bacon for her husband. At least there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. That's you boys. Fucking, that is a knee slapper. God. This is actually where they really start to get into our psyche.
Yeah.
Which is invaluable. You know, they ask why we've kept at it, you know? They talk about, we've been doing this for years. I should play it.
You should just play it, yeah.
I looked around, and they have, like, a bunch of social media stuff, but, like, not really. They got a TikTok with one video. They have a Twitter and a Facebook they post to constantly, like a couple times a week, but they get very little engagement, a like and a comment or so a month. I mean, there's no one listening. No one's giving a shit. There's no reason to do this. And yet these ladies are here every week just cranking out this nonsense for years at a time.
Yeah. The thing that I was picking up on is, so that's 172 episodes. Like you said, there's a website. There's a sponsor page on the website that has a sponsor from Valentine's Day or something. Like, ladies, it's not happening. You built all this stuff up. You act like you're podcasters. You're not. Nothing's going on.
They have animated versions of those previews on YouTube, and they all have, and I'm not kidding, a single view. They have one view. They have a single view on YouTube, which is probably the person who uploaded them. For months on end of just no one there, and just yelling about your period blood into the fucking void.
Sounds like jealousy to me.
I mean, it's an age-old question, right?
I mean, that's actually fucking spot the fuck on.
Why do we keep going?
It makes no sense.
I mean, I actually feel that we ask that question, once a month?
Yeah, at least. So, you know, we can't argue with that.
No.
You're right. Why the fuck?
Here's the thing about Carl, and I can't speak for the other guys. I don't
know who they are.
Well, no, and I don't mean to omit them. It's just because I don't know.
That was Croge. He works at a gas station. And producer Chris occasionally chimes in with a zinger. He's very handsome.
Carl, in addition to podcasts,
digital marketing strategist.
I do know that he also plays in a band.
I do know that as well.
And
I'm a huge fucking fan now.
I don't mean to sound like a stalker or anything, but I have feels. You know how I am.
I do.
And I found this. It's the Isotopes doing Black Betty. And
if you listen to Date Night episode 6, we went to an Isotope show. If you're a fan of the music, so check it out.
And he has a solo?
No shit.
Can I just... All right, so I'm going to play you a part of it. Okay. There's a part where he kind of flubs a little bit, but don't... That's very common. It's a tough riff.
It is, yeah.
guys are good.
Oh yeah,
they're actually really good.
They're a surf band, which we know is hugely popular.
Well, I mean, they do surf covers, but they also do other covers of sort of like, you know,
covers. He has kind of nailed the whole using other people's shit to make a thing.
Oh, you ladies really have his number. Spot on.
I mean, he's really fucking good at it.
I didn't really thought about that.
Yeah, it's kind of like what are these podcasts?
Well, it's a life hack. That's what it is.
It's a fucking
life hack.
That's so true. You don't have to work so hard coming up with your own content every week. Now that I think about it, honest to God, Jennifer, this fucking guy and these fucking guys who I don't really know, they're a little bit like genius level. Who needs to spend a whole fucking week coming up with shit content that nobody wants to fucking hear?
It's not going to be
like
interesting
Mom
anyways.
Swipes Left.
Right.
When you can just take clips from other people's podcasts and make fun of them. And you don't even have to be funny about it. You can just say, that's really dumb.
It is genius formula.
It's fucking amazing.
Should we give them a clap?
Yeah.
Well done, boys.
If I had thought of that when I was doing the AV thing in the room when I was a kid, I'd be famous now.
Yeah.
And fuck me.
Not to always bring it back to him. That dance that he does.
Let's talk about that.
I have not seen that dance for
a good 2 decades,
maybe,
I would say.
But he nailed it.
I mean, I have not seen it perfected to that degree.
I actually had to look it up because I was like, I know that move. I know that move. What is the name of that move? And I actually found it. It's called the Whitey Hop. And that's the jumping to sort of keep the beat.
Yep.
Because you need to keep the beat that
Right,
way.
it's a dance.
Right. And has
They're referring to Carl in the Isotopes video they were watching.
nothing to do with autism.
Correction. It's actually called the club-footed cha-cha.
No.
The other thing I think even more impressive was that jaw. You know how the super hot guys used to like drop their jaw?
Yes.
And I mean, I'm saying this out of love. That weak,
absolutely
the
with
weak
all
jaw.
joy. Yeah.
You know, and so I think that emphasizes. And that's called the cracker jaw.
Dude, no way.
I did not know that.
I didn't either, but
it's called
now
cracker
I'm
jaw.
glad we have a word for it.
It's beautiful. It is a thing to behold.
Don't forget the snaggle teeth.
Honestly, I didn't find him sexy at first, but then when I saw that dance and the cracker jaw, I kind of fell in love with him.
I mean, it's a combination for me because I'm a sapiosexual. Yeah. Listening to him, how erudite he was.
And he has a little bit of that throat spit thing that guys have. Like, it's a little spitty.
Well, I have noticed a lot of those guys tend to have that. And I'm thinking that might just be a sound production issue.
I think he probably isn't using a CPAP, and he should.
Is that really what?
Yeah, I really think.
No shit.
And I'm just giving him, Carl, speaking to you straight here.
Yeah.
I have a medical professional husband, as you know.
But maybe, again, might be what the kids are wanting these days.
It's very possible. We're out of touch. We don't know.
What do we know?
Hey, Croach, guess what? They're coworkers. Could you imagine being at this office environment with the two zany girls who do a podcast together? You know they talk about it all the time, too. Oh, my gosh, I hope you guys didn't hear my podcast this weekend. I was talking about how itchy my asshole was. You guys didn't listen to it, right? Because that'd be so embarrassing. Oh, wait, you didn't? Oh. You never will?
I guarantee these people are like this all the time.
Yes.
This isn't like a front or a personality they're putting on. They're not playing a character. These are two supremely annoying women who have found each other somehow and bonded like fucking chemicals. You know what I mean? It's
hard to hear.
Hard to hear, but so true.
Oh my God. Our coworkers detest us.
Fucking hate us. And like the chemical bond thing it's so
is.
true. We have people tell us that we are totally different people when we're not together. There's something about the bonding of the two of us that makes us supremely fucking annoying.
Right.
It's amazing.
It's kind of like as soon as we're together, we're only sharing one brain.
It's 100% true.
Yeah.
We finish each other's sentences. We're those people.
Then you would think that after we left each other, we only had
like a half a brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Following this episode, there was a WATP do like a reaction to Mom Swipes Left critiquing WATP, and that video is available on Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel. It's like one of the very first videos if you go on their channel.
Oh my God, I want to fucking boo. Like, social media's not for you. Podcasting's not for you.
Do you think we should quit? I think if Carl thinks so, we should probably evaluate.
But wait, pause. What if we rebrand everything and we just start anew? Like,
I do like that idea.
We call ourselves Screaming Into the Void.
I do enjoy that. Just Mom Swipes Left is dead.
Is dead?
Because now we have Carl wisdom.
No, seriously.
I'm not fucking kidding.
Okay. And then we change everything.
Everything.
I am so
I mean,
in.
the stuff that we already have, we'll just cross out with a marker.
Oh, yeah. No, you just get some
new shit.
What's the stuff that it's whiteout?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's called whiteout.
I forgot about whiteout. Yeah.
Yeah, we
could
use
do
the
that.
whiteout and we just do Screaming Into the Void.
Real quick.
Don't let him change you, ladies. You're perfect just the way you are.
They act like they're in middle school.
Yeah.
And it's weird because Adam Thoreau, when he introduced me to this, said it's like Come Town for middle-aged women, but it's not. Like, Come Town, those guys are funny, and they come up with like, yeah, they're immature, but they come up with like good jokes and good angles on things. They don't have reoccurring bits, and they're not trying so hard to have like a web presence and to be. It's kind of like anti-Come Down. Come Down puts very little effort in and is huge.
Yeah.
These women are putting way too much effort in, and it's embarrassing.
What was really exciting to me?
Yeah.
After their episode dropped on Sunday, we had all of these, well, like a handful.
Yeah, like a dozen.
Yeah. Well, maybe 5 of these guys who they're sort of, for lack of a better word, hyena guys. Like they're puffers.
Yes.
Or what's the thing in porn where they suck the
fluffer?
They're fluffers.
Yes.
So they have actually professional fluffers.
Yeah.
These guys, they look for content for these guys.
That's amazing.
I don't think they're paid.
Probably not.
Nope.
They're just so devoted.
The adoration.
Yeah, that they actually provide free content for these professionals.
If you go to Who Are These Podcasts Discord server, there's a channel in there for review suggestions, and you can add suggestions for Carl to check out to cover on a future episode of WATP.
Also get their own free content. It's amazing.
No, it really is.
It's incredible.
It really is. I want a fluffer.
Someday we'll have fluffers. Maybe. I mean, if we can up our game.
CardiffElectricPod@gmail.com.
So let's go to this episode where Carol is, they open it up by saying she's been on her period for 12 days.
Oh, God.
And so one of your favorite things, Carol, I wasn't going to play this clip, but I know you're into it. She talks about how bad her period has been this time around.
I love that shit.
How many boxes of tampons have you gone through?
2.
Really? Full?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Please go on.
Wow. How many tampons you shove in your cunt?
Holy fuck. That's funny shit. Oh, man, that old chestnut. Oh.
Just saying the C word is not funny.
I think I'm done with my wine.
Yeah, you had to bring red wine today? What were you thinking?
I don't know.
Good one, producer Chris. Good one.
That's actually my fetish. Does she talk about Preparation H at all? Because that really gets me
We'll get to Stuttering John in a little bit.
sorry.
Don't worry. We'll get there.
So, first of all, I need to point out a period is not a medical condition. I get it. I mean, they're dudes. They don't want to hear about periods, but I think, pretty much we talk about it really because 800 million women and girls are menstruating. So it seems like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
but are those really the listeners you want to attract?
The perioders?
I think that's what really they're saying.
That's true.
I mean, we don't want the perioders.
I mean, they have their period for like 3,000 days. More than 8 years in their fucking life.
Are you
That's
shitting me?
disgusting.
That
Yeah.
is gross.
I mean,
can't they get an IUD and fix that shit?
I mean, I would think so. But, that's the way that they birth out these pieces of shit men every year. There's more of them. God, I know.
We should stop that.
I think it might be time.
So wait, if women stop having their periods, then we would stop having losers, haters, and trolls like Carla?
In this part, Carl has some constructive criticism about our improv skills were a little not a little subpar. They were just sub. I do have to say, I'm giving credit where credit is due. This.
What the fuck? Like, that was her premise all along. She's like, if I found a box full of human heads, I'm grabbing a couple of those. And she even goes on to explain she's put them in her freezer, how great it all is, and then that was like the exciting joke at the end, too. Okay, so then what do we do? I'm going to grab a couple. We'll call the police, but I'm going to grab a couple of human heads. Neat. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Weird news.
Yeah, it's really, make a bong out of it. Play soccer with it. Put it on a pike in front of your house as a warning to trick-or-treaters. I don't know, do something with
Get
it.
someone to go down on you for the first time in 25 years.
There you go.
That would be fun.
Right. Put a handle
Your
on this.
smelly fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Your gross, smelly pussy.
It never occurred to me, if I were to take one of those heads out of the box, to have it go down on me.
And there is editing that goes on in this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that this is one of these shows where there's a microphone in the middle of the room and they're making drinks and they're talking to each other.
Yeah, well, and they have professional graphic design. I mean,
the one woman is a graphic designer.
Oh, okay, well, that's
so there you go. That's the answer to that.
Yeah, Seamus style.
I do want to say that I was very flattered that they mentioned how good my graphic design was.
Yes.
And I do want to say I am available for $150 an hour.
Yeah.
If you need any help, I'm overstepping, but I think you might need some.
Are you
If
talking to them?
Yeah. I was just offering.
No,
They
I think it's
seemed to
great. I
like
think it's
it.
great. I think it's great. Let's not let them get between us.
No, of course.
You know, it's
No,
all
never.
constructed criticism.
Yeah.
So the topic was Jen's favorite things, and fucking baloney is what got her to, oh, now I get, what's with retards and baloney?
I did not realize
Yeah.
that baloney had such a negative connotation for so many people.
It's weird.
Baloney?
Yeah,
Or
no.
that they
It's
would
weird that they would have a negative. I mean, it's so delicious. Thank God for them.
Do you think I'm retarded?
Little.
Let me explain.
Alrighty. Sorry about that. I have to eat, peeps. I have to eat. In between shows, I got to whoop down a half sandwich. I have to. I need my energy. Just ate a bologna sandwich. And there's energy in bologna.
But not in a bad way.
Okay.
In all the best ways.
Okay, like a Down
Retarded
syndrome
people-
retarded.
Yes. Retarded people are not, people with mental disabilities are not bad people, Carl.
So you wouldn't call it like people with retardedness?
Probably not. But I would call it people who are retarded who like baloney.
Right.
I guess.
I mean, don't you put the baloney first?
Is that the message?
It would be like people who love baloney who happen to be retarded.
But apparently it's not they happen to be. If you're retarded, you
I guess
fucking
you just
love
love
baloney.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I don't mind a bologna sandwich from time to time, I'll be honest with you.
Again,
so many fucking mysteries unraveled.
The thing I kept coming back to is they're from New York, right?
Oh, okay.
So they are accustomed to a certain sophistication that we might not.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, you're right there. He does have a wood-paneled studio.
Wrapping this up, this was sort of their take on, I guess, basically the whole podcast.
A synopsis, if you will.
I like the way that the show ends, too, with the longest sigh you've ever heard.
Are we done here?
I think we are.
That's a good way to end the show. It's exhausting. Everyone is fucking exhausted by this whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of effort that goes into it, and why? The whole premise is flawed. Everything about this is flawed. You two as human beings are deeply, deeply flawed.
Yeah, it is exhausting. I'm exhausted right now.
I'm exhausted 15 minutes into the show.
I'm exhausted 15 minutes after I wake up. Well, it's because of my heavy drinking from my unhappy marriage.
Right. I'm just impressed that they have the stamina to go as long as they can.
I mean, it's unusual for middle-aged men.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to
Yeah.
be able to go 3 hours, but they fucking do it.
Leaving the listeners wanting more.
Wanting more and more. It's not like they go on and on and on.
No.
No, it doesn't feel like that at all.
They do go maybe on a lot about Stuttering John and Opie.
It's a lot of that. So
But-
if you're into that, you're going to get all you can possibly fucking guzzle in. It's like taking a big hog right down the throat, y'all.
That is what it's like sometimes.
Opie from Opie and Anthony. I mean, granted, again, this is a 90s reference, but
It's
you know, so a lot of
little
people
on
are
the old side.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, when you want to lick Anthony's taint so hard, you really have to do what you're doing.
You have to do what you're doing, man.
You know? And so I
Yeah.
can only give them kudos. Like, they know radio.
They do. They fucking know radio.
All right. Carol and Jen. Not good. Not good stuff.
I can't even catch my breath. Holy shit. Oh, this guy is just perfect. I just want you guys to know this was a gift.
Solid.
It was. And when I heard that they were going to be doing our podcast, I hadn't actually heard of
them.
Neither has anyone else.
Yeah. But as soon as I went on and I scrolled through all of their episodes and I saw who they had on, I realized like they're a big deal.
Big fucking deal.
But then, I mean, this is not a criticism, but I'm just saying, then I realized, okay, so they don't actually have these people on. They just kind of take the audio.
Right.
That's-
Which we've already established. Fucking genius.
Right? So take this with a grain of salt.
It is fucking genius. Somebody just taking somebody else's audio and
Salt, guys, because I know that we're just newbies.
Yeah, we don't know shit.
My suggestion would be grow a pair of balls.
And that's not that hard because there's like 4 of you.
Actually talk to the people you're going to criticize.
Yeah.
Because that might actually be interesting.
That actually might.
Yeah. If the shoe fits,
Yeah.
wear it. If it doesn't, throw it out.
away.
Crusty clown and fry voice
And
shit
your
over stuff.
beat up semen just everywhere.
Moving on to more important news. My trash can is back.
Oh my God. And I have to fucking eat crow.
Socials?
Please visit us on our socials that nobody goes to because we don't know how to do socials. And also please visit us on our website, which is way overproduced and we shouldn't have because listening. Also, please call us on our phone number that I can't remember.
207-358-8621.
We will see you freaks next week.
Believe it or not.
Goodbye.
Did you know that there was a double-blind study done that determined 81% of all douchebags have goatees?
Carl does have a goatee. That's interesting. Anyways, great show, ladies. Really loved it. Keep up the good work. And don't let Carla take you down. He's a piece of shit. Now let's take some phone calls.
Hey, Cardiff. This message is going out to all of John's fan base and Super Chat donors. Self-proclaimed millionaire Stuttering John Melendez is looking for a place to stay in Washington, D.C. for free. He's a freeloader, even though he's a self-proclaimed millionaire. So if you have a place for John to stay for 3 or 4 days while he's doing his podcast in D.C., give him a call. Let him know he can stay at your place for free. He lives on the 21,000 block in Roscoe Boulevard in Canoga Park. He's pretty easy to find. Or you could go to the Home Depot next door to his condo. He's usually there looking for roach motels.
Well, now, Mr. Carter, I surely did like that trip to Washington part. Notes, whatever you whatever that's all about. But I did enjoy that. And you really got him, fellas, I tell you. And you beat old Stuttering John again. He had never gone the first time today. He keeps a changing it, saying I'm a going in May and I'm a going in April. And old Gonzo, whatever the hell, is going to meet him there. And he ain't got a pot to piss in, is what we say here in the holler, because he's trying to bum room some people. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I can't wait to see him get up there and try to talk to them fellas. You already done been there. They're going to say, well, we are.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, Gabe, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
Oh, Mr. Carter, I think I got cut off there. I was going to say them fellas up north, and now they're going to say, well, there's Stuttering John, get the hell out of yard, because old Mr. Carter's already been here. Well, anyway, I got a joke for you. Well, and the way it goes is this. I'm trying to work on my, my joke telling skills there, because you got you a good comedy show there. What's the difference between killing a hog and stabbing a feller? Well, stabbing a feller is assault with intent to kill, and getting that hog there, that's killing with intent to salt. Because you do salt pork here in the holler, it's pretty good.
Wait. Hello. Hello. I can't. Claims I can't hear nothing. Oh, okay. Wait. If it's Mr. Carter, this is a Delmer hamburger. I because the cleanest told me to call you. Because I got the same last name as that other hamburger builder. I tell you what, we don't claim him. Oh, no, we do not. We do not claim him. He ain't no Ken R, and I'll tell you that. He's a nut. He's a nut, I'll tell you. He sorely is, but we don't claim him. No, sir, we do not. Anyway, I don't know if you're getting this guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to wait a minute, Glenn.
Hey, Cardiff. Old Stuttering John is at it again. At the top of his show on Saturday, he announced that his crown on his tooth fell off again, and he's going to need more work on his teeth. So what's he going to do? Well, he tries to extort more money from his listeners. I need $5,000 to fix my tooth. I need more money. In addition to going to D.C., you need to double your efforts to give me money so I can fix my teeth. And first thing he does is put the strong arm on Benny Loco. Seems like every show he's extorting her for $2 here, $5 there, $10 there. Thanks for the $20, Benny Loco. He never gives up on trying to squeeze money out of Benny Loco.
Master Yoda, I am. Listening you are to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast. On the internet today, one of the most famous podcasts.
Massapequa sounds like a magical place. Tell me about Massapequa. Is it steeped in Native American history? Well, there is an Arby's in the shape of a teepee.
Hey, this is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
And then I can't watch football.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric.
All right, I hope that didn't get too confusing there. And basically what you heard was, so this Mom Swipes Left show was referring to WATP's critique of their show, and Cardiff was reviewing their response. Now, following that, WATP on their next episode at this time did a critique on Mom Swipes Left's review of their critique, which is available on the WATP YouTube channel there. But sticking with Mom Swipes Left, they had this guy who supposedly, well, hopefully if this video works for you all, it'll explain it all much better than what I can ever say. There's a show called Pomme Swipes After, which was like an after show to Mom Swipes Left. And the guy on there, Tom, basically used like an old school potato filter that like we all remember Cardiff back then used. And he would review Mom Swipes Left. Well, Cardiff then decided to review Pomme Swipes After review of Mom Swipes Left. None of this makes any sense, trust me. If this video works by a very special dabbler out there, it will explain it much more better. So I know we started off the show with some technical difficulties. That was kind of my fault, setting it up using the software I'm using. In certain settings I didn't quite adjust right, and when I hit go live, in order to go back and change everything around while the show is already happening, that's why there was like that 30-minute pause. There isn't really much I could do right now as the show's going on, so we're gonna give this a shot, everybody. So just stand by and give it a whirl.
Hello and welcome to the first installment of Wrapping Up After Pomme Swipes After, the show where we talk about what happened on the latest episode from the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast Network. I am your host, Joe Got a Podcast. Let's get started. See, now this is how you start a podcast. Silence.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to After Pomme Swipes After.
Thanks, Cardiff. I'm happy to be here.
An after show of the after show of Mom Swipes Left. This is After Pomme Swipes After, Episode 2. An after show of Pomme Swipes After, Episode 36, which is an after show of Mom Swipes Left, Episode 175. Let's get started and see what our pal Pomme de Terre is talking about this week.
So I feel like this is probably a good time for me to jump in and just explain how we are an after show of the after show of the after show of Mom Swipes Left. So that makes this episode 1 of Wrapping Up After Pomme Swipes After, episode 2, which is an after show of Pomme Swipes After, episode 36, which is an after show of Mom Swipes Left, episode 175. I know you probably already knew that. It's not that confusing, but just in case, you know, for the new listeners.
Oh, this is going to be awkward. We're wearing the same outfit.
Oh, how embarrassing, Cardiff.
Okay, game on. You sold your poop, bought a yacht, and sailed to Pomme Swipes After. A yawngasm of the latest episode of Mom Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle-aged women who had their stomachs pumped and found they were filled with Rod Stewart's goat semen.
Oh, that's disgusting. I don't want to hear this. Let's skip ahead.
6 about MSL episode 175. I'm your hideously deformed host, Pomme de Terre.
No, you look good, Paul.
I don't want to sound biased, but I actually think that Cardiff looks much better in this outfit.
Welcome to a very weird week. Well, that it's been. I'm going to start by with Pomme Swipes After Wata playing after Pomme Swipes After, which really just means the WATP played a clip of Cardiff Electric,
Hi.
who in this incarnation was a voice modulated carton of French fries.
I don't understand why he's resorting to name calling.
This is my real voice.
Playing my last episode and doing a Mystery Science Theater voiceover of it. So I'm just acknowledging that and the potato song parodies that WATP played.
Not terrible, not terrible.
I'm touched in a way. It's just...
Oh, you're touched all right.
It's weird. It's been a weird week that I've become this much of a freak. I appreciate Cardiff.
Only this week?
That you identified for me how I kind of lack context in this show, because I'm talking about...
Please don't misunderstand me. That was not my goal at all.
Pomme Swipes Left after I watched it. Hopefully you or listen to it. It's audio only. So hopefully you will listen to the podcast and then come watch this recap. It would make a lot more sense. I also wanted to acknowledge something that Carla asked a couple weeks ago when he first discovered me. It was a reasonable question about if this is what an adult does, become a potato and make stupid videos.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yes. At this point, I mean, we have podcast hosts doing things like dressing up like hamburgers and pickles. So, yeah, why not a potato?
Apparently the answer is yes, but I also want to say
I would agree with
it
you.
is certainly not part of my, it was not part of my 5-year plan. This is an entirely unexpected and wonderful detour that I've taken. I regret nothing.
Well, I think you should.
Well, I'm personally willing to give Pomme a second chance. Let's see if he can redeem himself in this episode.
So that's all I'm going to say about my weird week. So come for the podcast, stay for the potato.
Yes.
Pretty straightforward. As far as Pomme Swipes Left, it was a blissfully short 44 minutes, 19 seconds. So should be easy to recap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine trying to wrap up these 4-hour episodes that WATP's been doing. Ugh, no thank you.
Jen needs plastic surgery on her Turkish lids. They talked about me. I'm exploding.
Boy, somebody needs attention.
All aboard the Try Too Hard Express. Next stop, Pomme Swipes After.
Mommy issues or what?
From Pride and Sally Fieldness. They like me. They really, really like me. I would like to get Carol and Jen on this show, but we got to work out the technology.
Zoom?
In fairness, Cardiff, he's a potato under the ground. I'm not sure that Zoom's gonna get good reception under there.
There was a lot of spontaneous pneumomediastinum.
Well, those words were made up.
What does that
See
mean?
how I did that, Jen? I don't even know if it was what you were reading because the show notes weren't up, but that was pretty close. Is that part of sexual urban legends quiz? I don't even remember anymore. Sorry. Can you suck up air through your pee hole? It's a good question. It made me wonder if there's such a thing as male queefs.
I bet Dr. Steve would know the answer.
Dr. Steve, please
Why
advise.
not?
Yeah, see? Cardiff knows. Dr. Steve, what's the answer?
Air comes in, air goes out.
Why does air go in, Paul?
It goes down.
What are you doing with your wiener?
I had another question about the sexual urban legends quiz. When Jen said she had a quote-unquote lost tampon, were the quotes around the lost or the tampons?
Hold on. So Jen
Sorry about
lost
that.
a tampon inside of her.
Oh, this is more repulsive than the goat semen talk. Ugh.
And your only concern is the grammar.
Because I suppose a deer tongue could be a tampon in quotes. I appreciated how talking about babies in mayonnaise jars was a callback or a call ahead, really, to last week's mini. Anybody watch that?
No.
Yeah, nobody watched that. Nobody's ever gonna watch that.
Well, go. I'll wait.
Get comfortable. You're gonna be there a while.
No.
Here's a question I don't really want to ask because I'm afraid it could happen. Because we live in a weird world, obviously. Do stillborn babies deserve reparations?
No.
Will Jen and Carol become rainbow party planners?
Possibly.
I haven't answered to the question about whether testicles are attached to anything. Yeah, it's not just a change purse. There's something called seminal vesicles, I believe,
No.
that attach the testicles to the urethra. I don't really know. I am not a medical professional.
Calling Dr. Steve.
I mean, honestly, Dr. Steve's not even needed here. You could just use Wikipedia.
If male lactation is possible, what about potatoes? You can milk a soybean, you can milk an oat. Why can't you milk a potato? I'm game to try.
I'm pretty sure he's just trying to get a hand job here.
Why would you not...
Let me just pause for a second there.
skip the middleman and just stick a hallucinogenic frog up your butt?
I don't know.
Get fart shit. Yes, yes. Lots of good stuff about poop. Eat, fart, and shit.
Language.
I was hoping to keep this podcast PG rated, but that's apparently not possible with all this kind of talk.
Chickenpox parties, I remember those. Except that it was that my mother made me take a bath with my sister when she had chickenpox. Don't turn that into anything.
We don't need to turn it into anything. You just did it yourself.
Okay, I won't.
It was the 70s. It's what you did. We were at a key party. We got chosen to take a bath together.
Yeah, see, Cardiff has taken the high road here. There's nothing that we need to say about this.
Going back, my eyes are so big. Are they not? Are you mesmerized?
No.
I don't really care. Why am I so long?
This potato's really running out of steam here.
I'm going to go to 7:30. 9.
Oh, finally, it's over.
Well, that's all for this week on After Pomme Swipes After. Talk to you all next week, where we will recap Pomme Swipes After, episode 37. A recap of Mom Swipes Left, episode 176, where I'm sure the ladies will be talking about vaginas. Bye now.
That's all for this week on Wrapping Up After Pomme Swipes After. Talk to y'all next week when we watch After Pomme Swipes After episode 3, which is a recap of Pomme Swipes After episode 37, which is an after show of Mom Swipes Left episode 176. This is Joe Got a Podcast signing off.
The levels of inception going on are a lot, I know. A very special shout out to on Twitter at Joe Got a Twitter. Give him a follow. He has a YouTube channel also. Alright, I'll just say it. It's you probably see the guy's name in a lot of chats if you follow Bedabbler, Cardiff, and whatnot. Is Kinky Loco, who's a mixture of Kinky Streets and Benny Loco. I'm sure you've probably seen him. I'm sure he probably timed you out or blocked you from a chat or something at one time or another. It happens. I was glad that video did play. Now, what they were talking about was there was a WATP did like a little video thing like prior to that where they discovered this Pomme Swipes After fella, which obviously gave Cardiff the idea to cover this dude. But I'm gonna try to play the video like I just tried to play that one. Again, I know this whole episode's been nothing but technical faults, and if you can see what I'm seeing on my end, you would understand a little bit more. But so what I'm about to try to play is kind of a prequel to what you just saw. I know everything is so out of order, but you know, just hey man, just stick around and enjoy the ride. Here goes nothing.
All right. Well, please.
Nope. That's not it. That's the wrong video. It was this one.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
So how's trucking going?
It's brutal.
Yeah.
the way I do it is brutal.
I hate you guys so much.
All right, it was all worth it.
All right, check this out. So, people who aren't watching this, Cardiff is French fries, and the French fries are watching the potato.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to After Pomme Swipes After.
You can see Cardiff did many different. He didn't do many, Phil. He did a couple before he kind of just settled on a potato. But there was at one point where he did introduce himself as a pack of French fries. Still in the potato family, I get, you know, now part of the what do you call it, the food pyramid.
An after show of the after show of Mom Swipes Left. Let's get started and see what our pal Pomme de Terre is talking about this week.
mostly back to our regularly scheduled program.
Oh, good news.
I have to get to the top of the page. You've time traveled back to Pomme Swipes After, a scratch and sniff of the latest episode of Pomme Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle-aged women who don't care if you want to fuck them.
Ha! Ha!
This is episode 35, about MSL episode 174. I'm your host,
Good episode.
Tom DeTerre.
Thank you.
First off, just it was good to have the ladies back in form, just talking their own shit.
I would agree.
Jen's
Yep.
raspy, sexy, cold voice was working for her.
Yes,
I
it was.
apparently need to get to work on a Venn diagram of skank, whore, and slut. Might even throw in Jezebel or harlot and femme fatale or femme fatale, as you would probably say.
No, hold on, Palm. Please don't add extra categories to the discussion that the ladies had. Let's keep focused and on track.
All right. So then later on,
Carol,
they talk about
vagina
us.
falling out.
That's
Well,
terrible.
Two, really, but
It was terrible.
A, does it
Happened to my grandma
run in the family? And
twice.
Two,
Probably not.
what does old prolapse pussy smell like?
I won't answer that.
That's all I've got for the regular show. But
Thank
then
you.
there's
That's
this
great.
elephantitis of the testicles in the room.
Vinny?
Who are these podcasts?
Hey,
Thank
that's
you
us.
guys for taking the time to cunsplain to a tuber.
You're welcome.
No, I am not Carol's husband,
No?
nor a white knight,
Hmm,
because they don't need one.
you're a potato.
That isn't evidently clear by now. The last thing these women
I know people don't like Garda, but this is actually really funny. This is a perfect rebuttal. I can't do a better job, which is why I'm just letting Garda do it.
need is a savior.
That is the last thing
So I
they
guess
need.
that
Yes.
leaves Superfan,
Oh,
which apparently is sadder than a cuck.
Yep.
a little bit.
Which I have to say, what happened to cucks that it's so bad?
All right. So I would answer that, but actually Cardiff does a pretty good job of responding to that question. So I'll let him take this one.
If you're a cuck and that's what gets you off, hey, at least
Well, let me pause right there, Palm. What happened to a cuck that's so bad is somebody has sex with their woman in front of them. Let's continue.
you're getting off. So good on you. Very importantly, I wanted to say
Let me add to that too, is they usually have sex with them better than you.
That's a good point.
that
That's some good points.
potatoes are not silly and they don't have silly voices.
Yes.
We're buried alive, alone with our thoughts, day in, day night, day night.
Spit it out.
Yeah, you're gonna pick on that too. Don't give a shit. Because somebody's gonna come and cut me into pieces and plant me next to myself until I clone.
Flagging French
What's
fries.
silly
is the
about
best.
that?
Look what happens when you get cut into pieces as a potato.
I'm glad it made me feel good
Thank you.
to trash a sad sack potato, but I'm afraid I'm not taking it personally either.
Good for
And
you.
you can also be proud of the fact that now I have a few views.
Yeah.
Thanks
You
to
sure
your
do.
to your troll incubator.
Well, they have a lot of trolls. Trust me.
Also, thank you for thinking that I spend all my computer time at the asylum. They call it screen time doing this, but I get 35 minutes a week and I only use about 5 on.
Whoa. 35 minutes a week? That's a lot more than me. We should chat.
Mondays for Palm. Though if I suck the orderly's dick, he gives me an extra 45 seconds since that's how long it takes.
Oh, I understand now.
Also want to give you credit where it's due for a few of your jokes.
Oh, please, let's hear it.
Plate of fries with vocal fry was kind of funny, as was your incel comeback about that you just don't want to fuck your wife. Neither do I. But I do it anyway.
Fascinating.
Oh, I think you talking about his wife. You're talking about my wife. Okay, so we're gonna do something.
Is the video over?
All right. Well, well done, Cardiff, on your response.
Yeah, I bust Cardiff's balls, but that was good.
I can't do a better job. I'm not French fries.
Honestly,
What am I
if you
gonna do?
well, the real thing that you have to understand is that this is an audio format right now.
Yeah.
You have to see what the fucking potato video is. When I saw it, I fucking lost
It's up on
it.
YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel. Who are these podcasts?
Yeah.
It's worth checking out.
If you're listening to this going, this is just boring. It's
Yeah.
because you're not seeing.
You have to see what this potato looks like.
Yeah,
It's
and the
very
French
funny.
fries Cardiff is pretty fucking hilarious too.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
Yeah, so you could tell that back then, this was prior to when WATP was doing their weekly shows on YouTube. It was always mainly audio based. So at the beginning of their YouTube career, I guess you could call it, Carter started trolling this Pomme Swipes After dude as a French fry, then changed to potato, then back to French fry. Which, years later, like I said, this was about spring 2022. A couple of months later, he pretty much just settled on the potato filter that we come to know him today. I know it's a lot of confusing there. Hopefully everyone kind of picked up and followed along exactly what the progression of the potato filter. He really didn't start doing his weekly Cardiff Electric podcast shows on YouTube till a little bit after all this. But that's for another day and time, another date, I should say. But back to our date tonight. Back to the WATP, there was Paco. The name probably, if you followed WATP for a while back then, you heard the name Paco. He left a lot of voicemails. He contributed to the show a lot. And him and his buddy Joe had their own podcast called the Yeah About That Crossover podcast. And on April 25th, 2022, they had a special guest, Cardiff. Now, sorry, I had to out that. Now, Joe and Paco, their show was on YouTube, and I happened to have that interview, and also on Carter's own podcast, iTunes podcast, he has the his version of it. So, because those two videos seem to have worked tonight, thank God, it's one thing after another. It seems like I'm gonna go ahead and try to play Paco's video of his interview with Cardiff. Now, you're not going to see Cardiff because he's not on screen or anything, just Joe and Paco. So let's give it a shot, shall we? This button here. Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't know where I want. Is it? All right. We're not going to play the... Oh, okay. It's been one thing after another tonight. I apologize. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, thank God.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today. Cardiff Electric, he's so cool. Come out and play.
Yeah, so the videos that I had loaded up pre-show, some of them aren't coming through and playing, hence all the technical shit I was dealing with at the beginning of the show. I apologize. I'm sorry our date has been ruined even from the 2-minute mark. But we're getting through it. We're getting there, folks. And I appreciate you all hanging out listening. Oh look, the Kinky Local. Hey man, we just saw your video.
We love you, Cardiff.
Hey, it's your old pal Dr. Steve from Weird Medicine, and you're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Hey, it's Joe DeRosa, and you're listening to the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network.
Hey, Mark Norman here, and you're listening to Cardiff Electric Podcast Network, number 2 after Joe Rogan. Yes, they also hate vaccines and love the N-word. Hey, okay, thanks for listening. We'll see you in hell. Comedy.
You're familiar with Who Are These Podcasts, right, Zia?
Yes, yeah. We had the guy on Chip, I think.
Oh yeah, you had Carl on Chip.
Ago. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we had Carl on Chip. Yeah.
So there's
Like I said, Cardiff, back then even had like 4 minutes of intros. We heard a few of these. Following this episode you're listening to now, there is the Erik Nagel interview, where he kind of goes into a little bit more about the whole Payday Scott thing that was going on that we covered on a previous date. So stick around for that. And then after that, we got some games, and then we're gonna wrap it up and get out of here and call it a night.
Bizarre, and he's like, "You should do it." And the guy asked me to do it, and I think he asked Giddles to do it too. And he's there in the room, so he thinks that I'm dodging his podcast. But when he wants to do it, he tells me, he's like, "I can do 2 p.m. on a Tuesday." And we're working. It's like I don't have I would entertain this, but I'm at work. I can't just sit there and go, all right, I got to wait for In Hot Water starting, so I'm going to have to just go out in the hallway and do this podcast.
A little shout out to Gino back then.
Else is going on. So if it was another time, I said I would gladly do his podcast, but if he's still in the room, hell, maybe we'll just throw him on in here and let him do that. That can be, and he can just take the audio and make his own thing there. Adam is saying Cardiff's been doing great lately. The song parodies were awesome. Yes, there's a jingle contest that I've been made aware of going on Who Are These Podcasts, and I give it my full stamp of approval. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna go find that after the show ends.
Yeah, go over to Who Are These Podcasts, and you can check all of that out.
Yo, can you hear us? Cardiff, how's life in the fast lane, dog?
Hello.
What's up, dude? Doing good, man. You know, I'm glad to see that you're here. You know, recording.
Holy shit. It's just one thing after another tonight, folks. And I do apologize. But, give me one quick second here. This is the worst date ever, and I apologize. I greatly apologize.
Look, as long as we can record it, you know what I'm saying? We could do like a skit or something, because we didn't plan for that. But anyways, we'll ask you a couple questions or whatever. We'll get it like a commercial from you or something. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Great. You know, got to keep it 100%, man. I used to be a Cardiff hater. I used to hate on Cardiff, but now I'm a Cardiff tolerator. You know, so I tolerate him. He does good content. This man puts work in.
You made some favorable phone calls about me.
Absolutely.
But you got my name wrong.
Oh, that was somebody else. That's some guy named Cartledge. I don't think you don't know him. But yeah, dude. So so anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just record something real quick, because we weren't planning on this, but anyways.
Well, for the video though, it's he's recording on his side, so it won't let us record on our side.
That's cool, man.
Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast in the world today.
I'm going to try to skip
Most
forward,
famous.
though. Hold on, sorry about that.
Sit up in the cut like a band.
We love you, Cardiff.
I'll get
Yeah.
I'll get it right one of these days. I swear to God. I swear I'll get it right. You know, hopefully it'll stick around for an eighth date.
What's up, everybody? It's the man they call Paco. I'm posted up in the cut like a bandit.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Joe Audio right here representing for Yeah About That, the podcast.
And today we have a very special guest. This man is single-handedly, he has one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today. Why don't you introduce yourself, dude?
This is Cardiff Electric, the most famous podcast on the internet today.
Great, man. Great. You know, we're excited to have you on. And we're just going to go through a couple of questions, I guess. You know what I'm saying? What's your Listen, this one is a very personal question that I ask everybody. And you can refuse to answer, okay? But it's, what is your favorite Kool-Aid flavor?
Well, it's funny you ask me that. Because I don't just drink Kool-Aid. I drink Kool-Aid in sparkling water.
Oh wow, this is a game changer because I'm a fan of sparkling water.
Yeah,
I didn't think to mix the two.
Do you have a soda stream?
No, unfortunately I do not, but I do have access to one. I know somebody who has one, so maybe
SodaStream.com, promo code Cardiff Electric for 10% off.
Great,
dude. I'm gonna do that right now.
But the answer is grape.
Ah, grape. That's good. That's a good flavor. You know,
especially in sparkling water.
Yeah. Now let me ask you another question.
Yes.
When you get a Philly cheesesteak, what kind of cheese do you prefer? This is going to determine whether or not you're a bozo. So go ahead and answer.
So I'm assuming that you're trying to entrap me by saying provolone, but whiz is the only way to go.
That's right. That's right, man. You passed the test. You guys heard it here. Cardiff is no bozo.
What kind of Philly cheesesteaks do you get in Arizona?
We get the kind that got cheese whiz. But listen, these guys are transplants from Philly. They came in, they opened a restaurant called Corleone's out here. And they're telling us that this is authentic. So I have to take their word for it. I can't confirm 100% because I've never been to Philly.
Yeah, they play Rocky, the movie Rocky, all day in that place. No matter what time of day or night, you go and you'll see Rocky playing.
Different.
And you said they're transgender?
Transplants means that these fools came from Philly and they came to Arizona. You know what I'm saying?
I see. I've been to Philadelphia.
Oh, so you already know the authentic cheesesteak thing, right?
I've had both Pat's, King of Steaks, and the other guys.
Huh.
Wow. We've had none of those.
Yeah, I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect the interview to go this way. But
have you been to the D?
No, I have not. I'm jealous of it.
You should go to the D and have a Coney Island hot dog.
Yeah, I heard a lot of talk about that on recent episodes of another podcast I should not mention. Jay, do you have any questions for Cardiff?
Yeah, like at what point did you realize that you became the most popular podcast on the planet?
Most famous.
Oh, famous, sorry.
Most famous podcast on the internet today. Joe Audio, please do your research before we talk to our guest. Cardiff, I apologize.
It's okay. Well, one day I woke up and I looked out my window and I used to be the leader of an organization called the SJ Army.
Yes.
And at that point, there were crowds of people outside my home every morning waiting for a new episode.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
And it was then I realized this is what I was born to do.
Yeah.
I started the podcast network and I've never looked back.
That's very admirable.
It's motivational, actually.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
I want to be like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla. I might have to say chocolate.
I think that's why you two get along so well. You're
It's
like
the
a
yin and
swirl
yang
cone.
Oh, wow. Man, like every time you talk, you blow my mind. It's like you're so wise. How did you become so wise?
I read a lot of books.
See, I made the mistake. They told me I should read more. I started reading magazines, And then at a certain point, I stopped reading them and I was just looking at the pictures. So my IQ went down.
You know what they always say about magazines?
Oh yeah, yep.
They're just softer books.
Oh, they are. Yeah, I thought we're thinking of different things then.
Possibly.
Yeah. So Cardiff, what is your favorite season?
Paprika.
That's a good one. You know, it's very versatile. I do like a little paprika, whatever he said.
Some people say paprika, but
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Yeah, you're very learned, man. I understand. Or you know what? I'm assuming your gender, and I apologize. But listen, how
I
about?
forgive you.
Thank you. How about all right, dude? What is your favorite episode of MASH? And what season and episode, if you don't mind?
Season 4, episode 8.
Good one.
It's a classic. I was gonna say if you
Classic,
didn't say that.
yeah. yeah. Hey Jay, do you got any questions for Cardiff? I'm running out of ideas here. I did not really prepare for this. I thought we were going to Cardiff's podcast, so the miscommunications are in abundance here.
Can I comment as well? You had told me 6 p.m. Arizona time.
Yes.
But you didn't say what part of Arizona. That's why the
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
That's very true.
Well,
on the reservation, they do have a different time
yeah,
zone.
I was starting to get upset. I was getting mad. I was like, man, Cardiff, it's on site. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna start disrespecting Cardiff. But you know what? I didn't say West Side Phoenix area of Arizona, and that's my fault.
hence the discrepancy in the time.
Absolutely. You know what? You're right.
Yeah, we were actually preparing to start writing a diss track, and we were gonna play it like on our show. But actually, I prefer to listen to your music. You sounded really good on that song.
Listen, Cardiff, I gotta be transparent. Jay Audio, he's not a fan of Who Are These Podcasts. And so he doesn't understand the level in which you can create music.
Podcast in the world today.
I apologize.
No, that's cool, dude. That's a good song.
I was jamming out.
I do song parodies as well.
Yeah, I've
Very
heard
famous.
a few of them. My favorite was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air parody you did. It's that was a good one, dude. I really like that one. Took me back to a time when life was simple. Yeah. Yo, you gotta check it out. Listen to this, man. All right.
Now this is a story all about how Ope's life got flipped, turned into a clown. It'll take just a minute if you even care. I'll tell you how Ope became a no-name podcaster without hair. Out on Long Island, he was raised spinning records at night, how he got paid. Got an OJ song he thought was cool. Teamed up with Ant, got a house with a pool. Then a couple of years, they was hot. Moved to New York, the biggest radio spot. They brought in Jimmy, and they was there to be the greatest radio show on the air. Opie got married and became a dad. After a while, shit went bad. Bam Sloppy Second whispered in his ears, "Come on, Opie, you should get out of here." Ant got fired and Opie moved on. Tilly took his camera into the bathroom. That was wrong. Whistled for a cab, and when it came near, he said, "Hey, can I record a podcast in here?" If anything, I could say that Opie was rare, but he's just a no-name podcaster without hair. Pulled up to the spot about 7 or 8 and he yelled at the meter maid, "Hi, doggy." He looked at the dashboard. He was finally there to be a no-name podcaster without hair.
Yeah. Dude, this fool got it, dude. Man, I'm telling you, man.
Now, unfortunately, due to the controversy with Mr. Smith, I removed this song from contention for the championship.
Yeah. Oh, you took it off?
I'm blocking Will Smith, so
Ah.
I could not support him by having this song win a big contest. But
yeah, that makes sense.
Not to toot my own horn, but I believe the line, he whistled for a cab, and when it came near, he said, "Hey, can I record a podcast in here?" Is probably the greatest line in song parody contests ever.
Yeah, that's the one that stood out to me because it's not only genius, it's actually accurate. You know, it describes who we're talking about here, Opie. You know.
Yes.
That I don't know. My brain doesn't work like that. That's why it's catching up slowly. But
It's
I'm
okay.
sure in a few days I'll get it.
You make very good phone calls, though.
Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude.
Oh man.
So, Jay, do you have another question? Let's just drag this on for another couple hours. You got any more questions, Jay?
Okay, let's see here. So, in regards to your music, because I was actually very impressed. Have you considered collaborating with other greats such as like, I don't know, like Weird Al or something like that? Or do you prefer to work solo?
My creative process generally leans towards solo work, but I would be willing to sharing the glory with another artist, so to speak. Are you offering?
That's a possibility. We do music over here too, so that's not too far out of the realm of possibilities. But we don't.
It's convenient that someone named Joe Audio also does music.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. That's my bread and butter, actually.
It was an accident. He got the nickname Joe Audio, but he really made something of it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Don't encourage him, Cardiff. Okay, so I got another question here. This is very personal, and you don't have to answer this.
Cardiff is an open book.
Oh, okay, great. Do you generally leave a tip when you go to a restaurant?
Absolutely.
Wow. See, this is where Joe Audio would disagree with you, but I do admire that.
Why, Joel? Why?
Well, to be to honest, I don't think a tip is required or mandatory. Like so, it would be part of your bill if it was required or mandatory. But I'm willing to tip if the person is, friendly, kind of like shows that they care, puts a little effort into it. Even if the order takes hours, whatever, takes a long time, as long as they're checking in saying, I'm sorry about that, your order is taking a little longer, then I'll tip, and I'll tip generously. But if they don't show any effort, then they get no dollars. I don't tip pity tip. If they have to work for it.
Define generously.
I don't
4%.
I don't necessarily do a percentage. So I'll do like a whole dollar amount, depending on what it is. Probably if I had to say a percentage, about 30%.
That is a generous tip.
Yeah.
But the American culture has deemed that tipping is part of the bargain. It's factored into the wages that the serving staff are generally paid. Now, a culture like Japan does not accept tipping, so servers are paid a higher wage. I would suggest you would be very comfortable in Japan.
Yeah. Great.
That's actually sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Jay, you should leave. Pretty much. Because Cardiff, I tip all the time. Okay, at least 20%. Doesn't matter if they're the worst in the world, because I understand people might have a bad day. You know what I'm saying? I just try to think about it from their perspective also. I'm very considerate.
Now, do you mind if I get a little controversial on your show?
Racist? Go ahead. Absolutely. We encourage it.
Well, I do not feel I should be encouraged to tip when purchasing takeout. So the tip jars at the pizza place bother me a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% agree with this statement, and I refuse to tip in those situations 100% of the time. I've never left a tip. The only time I've ever considered leaving a tip at one of those was this like little Mexican restaurant where the food was awesome, and I went there repeatedly because of the food, but I still didn't leave a tip.
What did you eat?
I like to eat like carne asada, tacos, or burritos. So and that's all they really served there. So I mean that's what I got, and I really liked their salsa because it was nice and hot and had good flavor.
Hot salsa.
Cardiff, do you like Mexican food?
Yes.
What is your favorite Mexican dish? If you don't mind, if this is getting too personal, you can stop the interview at any time. But what is your favorite Mexican dish?
Nacho Supreme.
That is good. I go for the Nacho Bel Grande myself, but Nacho Supremes are good.
Now, back in the day, I hope you're sitting down.
Yes.
They used to make a double-decker taco.
Oh
man.
That
takes me back.
Hold on. Everybody relax. When was this? When you say back in the day?
2004.
I just had gotten out of high school at 2004, so I didn't know what was what. I was new to the world.
I actually remember Taco Bell's double decker taco. Basically, it was the flour burrito with nacho cheese wrapped around like a hard shell taco supreme. And I used to love it, enjoy it, and then for like a couple, like I stopped eating Taco Bell for a little while, and then when I finally went back like 7 years later to one, they didn't have it on the menu, so I was kind of upset. If you wanted to know.
17 years old, graduated from high school.
A hard taco, smothered in
Yeah.
refried beans and wrapped in a soft taco.
Say it slower.
I can't.
Okay, the ghetto Taco Bell that I used to go to didn't use refried beans. They just put that shredded cheese shed in it. So I think I got ripped off.
Man,
that not with that attitude.
That was heaven back in the day.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Cardiff, do you have any plugs?
Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up for that really soon. Probably on Friday when I get paid, just to make sure I support.
I do have a tier that you might be interested in.
I'm listening.
It's called the Podcast School, the Cardiff Electric Podcast School. And if you sign up for that tier.
All right, just one quick story about that same Taco Bell I used to go to. I once pulled up to the drive-thru, and a guy on the intercom goes, "Sorry, we're closed today. Nobody showed up to work." So I'm assuming whoever was inside was the only guy there. Instead of just shutting the place down, I don't know why he was there, but I drove off feeling awkward, like maybe they didn't want to serve anybody at that moment, or I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
I will personally review your podcast and make it better.
You know what? That's right up my alley. I'm looking
sold.
for feedback. Yeah.
I think it's only $89.99.
That's
per
not
month.
even it. That's not even bad. Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah. So you think you don't know for sure?
I have people that do that for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. When you're that big, you don't do things by yourself.
That's good. Yeah. No, that makes sense
pay
now.
minions.
And I apologize for laughing at that, but it just seems
Also,
absurd.
yeah, I would assume that many of your listeners are men. So I have something for them. If they go to manscaped.com and use promo code Cardiff Electric, they'll get 10% off the lawnmower 2.0. Promo code Cardiff Electric.
Sounds great, dude.
Yeah, I thought they were on the 4.0 now. Is this a clearance item or something?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yes, I've struck up a deal to clear out their obsolete inventory.
Ah, makes sense. I'm about to use that.
That's good, man. You know, Cardiff, I hate to be the guy to say this, but we're pretty hungry over here, man. We ordered pizza. We're going to go get that. And so we're going to end really soon, about 2 minutes from now, okay?
Before you let me go,
Yes.
What is Arizona pizza like?
We're getting it from Corleone's, the people that came from Philly. It's pretty good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're getting your pizza from the Philly cheesesteak place?
Yeah, you see out here, there's no discretion as far as like a specialty place. It's they do pizza, they do all kinds of sandwiches, and they're trying to do all kinds of things over there, and they all come out pretty good.
Do you
This is
also
Arizona.
do you also get an oil change from your pharmacist?
When, depends on what pharmacist. Street pharmacist, yeah, but the guy at Walgreens, no.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
You should have a pizza guy and you should have a cheesesteak guy. They just shouldn't be the same guy.
I know, Cardiff, but let me tell you, this is Arizona, bro. We don't know these East Coast rules, man.
Well, we do have one spot here that originated in Arizona called Peter Piper Pizza. And, and that I would say, if we had to choose one to represent Arizona, it would be Peter Piper Pizza.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it, but it's Arizona homegrown. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like a New York pizza. It's not like a Chicago pizza.
Better.
It's it's we grew up on this, so
The local flavor is
Yes.
what I'm after.
The best pizza is New York style pizza, the thin crust, round pizza. That's all I'm going to say. If you live out in the West Coast or in other places, it's not the same, man. It's not the same. It's not real pizza.
Yes, Peter Piper Pizza.
Yeah, Peter Piper Pizza.
And can I say
Go ahead.
that you two are local flavor?
You want to taste me, Carter?
I think I might be acquiring your podcast to my network.
You know what?
Whoa,
We're open
that's
to
a big deal.
negotiations, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. We were grossly unprepared for this. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it came out good. Okay.
I think so.
I'm gonna promote this all over, dude.
Keep up the good calls. Keep up
Hey,
the good
man.
podcast. Joe Audio, I approve.
Yes. All right.
Paco's here too.
That's the best thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys. Cardiff Electric, thank you for coming on, and thank you for doing this with us. We are greatly appreciative.
The pleasure was all mine, gentlemen.
Great, dude.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Could you send us the video that you're recording? Because I couldn't record it on my end. And in order for us to play it on the podcast.
I don't have video, but I can send you a picture.
Well, because we had the video, because the video stream right now is, send a picture. But the video stream right now is it says it's recording on your end, and that has our faces on there.
That I can do.
Okay, cool. That's all we need it really for, just for us.
Hey,
You're
Carter,
very vain.
man. Yeah, dude. Have a good night, man. I know it's like 9, almost 10 o'clock over there. I don't know.
Thank you, gentlemen. I
I know.
appreciate you, Paco.
I appreciate you harder, dude. All right, later.
Farewell.
All right, bye.
Turn it off.
Hey, here comes my neighbor Sandy. What's going on, Sandy?
Hey Gary, how you doing? I'm here because I heard something. You've got a big bet going on with Stuttering John. What's that all about?
Yeah, I got a $2,000 bet going on with Howie Mandel. I don't think Stuttering John's going to make it to Washington, D.C. to be successful, and he does. So that's the bet.
Sounds like a good bet to me. Hey, put me in for $10,000. I'll go for that.
Are you sure you want to bet that kind of money? That's a big bet.
I do. I do.
Okay, I got you for 10 and Howie for 2. Just remember, he's got to be successful. He's got to go and be successful, meaning he's got to interview a lot of Republicans. Okay, Sandy, your bet is booked. Hey, Cardiff, your old pal Gary here in San Diego. Well, self-proclaimed millionaire and professional fake laugher, Stuttering John is desperate. I say desperate to find a free place to stay in Washington, D.C. He doesn't want to open up his coin purse. He's a multimillionaire, but he doesn't want to spend any of his own money. He's looking to stay with a listener. Even tried Glenn Kirshner. Glenn turned him down. Says, I don't want anybody with sleep apnea and a CPAP machine making a lot of noise while I'm trying to sleep. So John's desperately looking for a place to stay for free in Washington, D.C. He's a freeloader, that's for sure. Hey, Cardiff. It looks like old Stuttering John is starting to weasel his way out of maybe going to Washington. On his March 11th podcast, he indicated that Doug Z. Goodstein, who is going to be his producer for the audio-visual section of his D.C. trip, is kind of backing out. Doug Goodstein's too sick, and he hasn't been able to get a crew to help John out. So John appears to be going without a crew, without an audio-visual crew. I don't know how he's going to pull this off. He doesn't have an audio-visual crew, and he doesn't have a place to stay. All he's got is Gonzo going to be his bodyguard. That's going to be pretty interesting. Staying with nobody, but still having a bodyguard.
Master Yoda, I am. Listening you are to the world-famous Cardiff Electric podcast. On the internet today, one of the most famous podcasts.
Hey, Cardiff. It's coming down to crunch time for Stuttering John. He said he's going to D.C. before the end of April, and he's got 12 days left. So I don't know what's happening. He isn't talking about it much. I've got two bets going, one with Howie Mandel and one with my neighbor Sandy. So I say he won't make it. They think he will. It's really down to crunch time. I don't think he has a room to stay in. I don't think he's got a press pass, and I don't think he has an audio-visual crew. So is he just going to go there and wing it? That could be the case. That's usually the Stuttering John way. Just go somewhere and wing it, hope for the best. Boy, it's really coming down to crunch time. I hope he doesn't bottom out. Hey, Cardiff, here's a riddle for you. When he goes to Florida to do a comedy gig, he never gets a room because there's a freeloader. Guess who it is? That's the riddle. Cardiff, this is the week. John is going to Washington, D.C. He said it on his most recent podcast. He's guaranteed it. And he's got a camera crew, if you can believe that. The only problem is he doesn't have anywhere. Well, he does have somewhere to stay, but he's complaining and it's going to cost him $300 a night. I hope that doesn't interfere with his interviewing Republicans. He doesn't really guarantee that he's going to interview Republicans. He's kind of backing off on that. He doesn't get any press credentials, and he's not sure how he's going to do. He actually seems a little bit anxious. Other than the fact that he's going with a camera crew, he doesn't have much planned. We'll see. By next week, he'll either flop on his face or be a huge success. What do you think it'll be?
Hey Cardiff, great episode lately with that fucking potato guy. I don't know. I mean, when Carl first showed that, it kind of bummed me out because that shit's just like, there's something really dark about a potato simp for a bunch of nobody 40-year-old women. Anyways, yeah, so you brought some lightness to the infinite void that is just, that shit was a downer. I have nothing else to say. Don't call me back. Oh, shit, you know, I totally forgot why I originally called in, not to talk about that stupid potato simp. Yeah, so I'm leaving the Home Depot near John's house, and I just realized he's been using the same stand-up act for like 30 years. You think he'd have a new joke or something? I don't know, maybe you should help him write some. I mean, you guys have a working relationship, right? Okay, don't call me back.
Oh, scary kids. Pull the string, pull the string. You're listening to the Karloff Podcast, a podcast about evil cars. Ooh. Karloff does not deserve to smell my shit!
Hey, Cardiff, before going to Washington, D.C.
All right, that was on Carter's part because that little bumper there was meant for the Car Off podcast, which this obviously ain't. So sorry about that. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I ain't the one that did it. He did it.
John assured his audience of two things. Number one, he was going to be a professional. Number two, he was going to be relentless. Well, as far as professional, throw that out the window. He never even did the first thing of a pro. He never even identified who he was talking to. Like, who are you and what district do you represent? No, as far as being a professional, he was unwilling to hire a professional camera crew. That never happened. He used Craigslist. And as far as being relentless, no, he didn't do that. He said he was going to ask questions and follow them up. Well, in fact, he asked, let me continue. As far as being relentless, he said if he met Kevin McCarthy, he was going to ask him a question. If Kevin didn't answer, he's going to chase him down. Well, he didn't do that. He claims 3 Republicans of the Capitol Hill Club. Never identified a one. When they asked him, when he asked them questions and they didn't answer, he just folded his tent and said, okay, good enough, thanks. That was the extent of his interview. If you could encapsulate how his interviews went, how his DC trip went, he said it was garbage. I say it was a failure. Hey, Cardiff, just got back from a short road trip. Went all the way to Westlake Village and Brent's Deli this morning. Saw Howie Mandel there for brunch. Brian Cranston couldn't make it today, just Howie Mandel. Howie was a little anxious. He said, okay, I paid you your $2,000, but you got to give me a chance to win my money back. I said, sure, I'm up for that. What's your idea? He says, well, let's go double or nothing. Let's go for 4,000, and I'll bet that Stuttering John makes it to Washington, D.C. for a successful trip by the end of the year. I mean,
It cut off right at the end there, and that wasn't on my end. That was the episode you would find on Apple Podcasts if you search Cardiff Electric. And in there towards the end, we hear John finally did go to DC, and hindsight being 2020, we all know how great of a disaster that was. He borrowed his brother's suit. He put the ad in Craigslist for a cameraman, I guess. And Cardiff did write one of the, not a joke, but a question that John was going to use to ask a politician. All that, it's more of like a Stuttering John kind of retrospective. But as if you've been following these date nights, you know Gary's been leaving about 1 million voicemails, all kind of chronological in, if that's even a fucking word, John's DC adventure and everything leading up to it and what happened. And as you heard there, at the time of this recording, which was that episode went out on April 25th, and I know John was in DC before then, so that kind of wrapped that all up. And which brings us to our last episode from the podcast, and then we're gonna get into some games real quick that I was able to kind of like chop down to make it a lot more listener enjoyable. I did put a link to that to Paco and Joe's show in the chat. I did have that video set up to play before that episode, but something going on with the software I'm using that everything kind of just went to shit, like literally as I started this show. So I do apologize for all that, but click on that link and you could go check it out and save it for like watch later or something. I know those guys, they no longer do a show or anything, but I don't know, it's cool to go check out sometime. the other I'll put links to the other videos I played on here too, so you can probably go check those out again. Get a little bit more of a. Obviously, you'll be able to see it a lot more better than when you're watching it on this end. But the next, in the last episode we're going to cover is the Erik Nagel interview he did. If you remember a few episodes back, I kind of did like the whole Pi Day Scott thing, which back in January, February 2021, Cardiff used to like call in to Erik Nagel's show, the one he was doing with Zia at the time. And he didn't use like a funny voice or anything. He kind of like sounded like himself. And he would always say like weird things to Zia and Zia, whatever fuck her name is, in Erik Nagel. And then he started calling into the Pi Day show and whatnot and trying to talk to them. And it was this whole thing. You could go back, I believe it's episode 2, 3. I'm not sure. It's been so many dates. I mean, I lost track already. But we're going to get to the Erik Nagel episode right about now.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve from
I'm going to do you all a quick favor.
Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the
I know
most
what you're all
famous
thinking. You know, it's the
podcasts on
same
the
4-minute
internet
fucking
today.
every time. So do a little fast forward sound effect. If I had one available.
Welcome to the show. Can I internet today?
Alright, here we go. I saved you all 4 minutes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cardiff Electric Podcast, the most famous podcast on the internet today. We have a very special guest for everybody. Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Nah, it's your show. You can do it. I defer to you.
That's not how we do things around here.
It's Erik, formerly of Opie and Anthony, currently at Compound Media and iHeartRadio.
Well, welcome to the show. Can I call you Erik or Erik? What do you prefer?
Whatever is comfortable for you.
I will go with Mr. Nagel.
That works well.
Well, Mr. Nagel, again, thank you for joining us. It's been a long time coming. You've been trying to get on the show for many months now, and finally the schedules have coincided to allow us to have a quick chat. So thank you for joining us.
I don't quite think that was the history, but we'll go with that. I got to give a shout out to a mutual friend of ours, Dr. Steve, who recommended. He said, you need to do that show. He's a big fan of yours. So I said, if you're vouching for him, Steve, then I'll do it.
Well, that's one more thing I will have to give Dr. Steve credit for helping get Mr. Nagel on the show. Dr. Steve is a big fan. We collaborate on a lot of projects. We are mutual admirers of each other, let's just say. So let's get started. So, you know, you've been a long time radio show host, podcaster. You have I'm a little embarrassed to say that I've really gotten involved in your show and enjoyed your show mostly because of your co-host. Very intriguing.
Are you the one that calls in for Zia?
No, I was talking about Giddles.
Oh, with Giddles. Okay, yeah. He's got a cult following as well.
He is a wonderful person. How did you first end up podcasting with Mr. Giddles?
I've known Giddles all my life. We grew up together, went to the same schools together, and when we were starting the show, I thought it would be interesting. I'm like, hey, you want to come on and do this with me? And he said yes, and that was it. No real fancy story as to why he joined the show. I just asked him, he said sure.
Now, you mentioned a caller. I did. My first podcast appearance ever was actually a series of calls on your show.
It was. Okay.
I was known as the anonymous heckler or the deep voice caller.
Okay.
For Pi Day Scott, if this is ringing a bell.
Yes, I remember that. You were going after Pi Day Scott pretty hard. Which was weird because then I was looking through your catalog here, and he was a guest on your show. Maybe the first guest on your show, if I was looking at the timeline right.
We've made amends. We're good friends now. We support each other. I'm all over the geek stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
Scott's a good guy.
We've patched up that little incident. We've taken care of it. We're
that
good now.
riff. Yes.
Yes.
Good to hear.
Yes, we're all good. So, as I said, I'm a big fan of your show. Love the pop culture segments, but I do like the snack food segment. So I had a couple snack food things to talk about today, if that's okay with you.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Have you seen the documentary? I believe it's on Amazon Prime, called "Bottled Up: The Battle of Dublin Dr Pepper"?
I have not seen that. Is it something I should see?
It definitely is. The premise of the documentary is the Dublin Dr Pepper factory, which is the last, well, at the time of the documentary being made, was the last Dr Pepper bottling plant using real sugar, which I know you're a fan of.
Yeah, that's disheartening. Yeah, all the sugar went away back, I think, in the 90s, because it's all aspartame now, at least in the United States.
High fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, it's terrible. If you can find the Mexican Cokes or any of the Coke products that are made in Mexico have those stickers where they're using real cane sugar, light years ahead of the crap that we drink now. I should watch that documentary, though.
It is really good.
I'm writing it down now as you just told me it.
It's more of the battle between the bottler and the parent company that wanted them to switch to the now more traditional formula.
Right.
But it's I just thought that would be something that you would want to see, knowing your infatuation with Dr. Pepper.
No, I definitely would. There's a documentary out there, if you're looking for something, about Mountain Dew in this area of the country. I think it's in Kentucky, that it's the city with the most dental tragedies because the people live in a bottling plant city for Mountain Dew, and everybody there drinks Mountain Dew. So all these kids are born with like teeth defects, and everybody has like horrible dental problems that they have to send mobile dental units into this town all the time just to help these people out, because all they drink is Mountain Dew.
I believe the condition is referred to as dew mouth.
That all right? So you have seen it?
I believe I have.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of television.
Yes, I do as well.
How about the History Channel series, The Food That Built America? Have you been keeping up to date on that?
I have not. I heard of it, but I forget to watch that. I haven't seen any of the stories. Is there any one particular episode that you would recommend to check it out?
Well, the first two seasons were more historical, World War II, World War I kind of things, and what the GIs were eating overseas, things like that. But the last two seasons, I think, would be more up your alley. When I saw a preview of an upcoming episode, I thought of Mr. Nagel. So the show does dramatizations of food companies, businesses, brands that we all know and love. An upcoming episode, I believe in just 2 weeks, will be featuring the Entenmann's brand.
Oh, nice.
Yes, a Long Island staple that I know you're a fan of.
Very big fan of. I much like the Mountain Dew documentary, I grew up right next to the Entenmann's factory on Long Island, to no surprise to anybody.
I'm not here to make fun, Mr. Nagel.
Nope, I'm just pointing out the obvious.
I'm here to make friends.
Okay. I will definitely check that episode out, though.
Great. Well, I think it's time for our Did You Hear the News segment. Would you like to participate in that?
Sure.
All right. Mr. Nagel, did you hear the news?
No, I didn't. What is the news?
Well, this is the part where you tell me something in the news.
Oh, I was not aware of that. Let's see. What do I have for news? They announced that they're making sequels for Venom and for the Ghostbusters Afterlife, which seems to be a weird pick because nobody likes the Venom movies and everyone loves the Ghostbuster movies. So why would you make a sequel of one franchise that everybody loves and then make a sequel for another franchise that no one gives a shit about?
That is interesting. I did enjoy Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I will agree the Venom films were not my cup of tea, so to speak.
They didn't make any sense. No sense whatsoever.
I did enjoy the comic books back in the day.
Everybody did.
Yes. Amazing Spider-Man 300, still one of my favorites.
Do you have an original of that, or is it just something you look back on fondly?
No, I have an original.
Wow, that's great.
I do. It's an 8.9.
Oh, you had it graded. That's
I had
awesome.
it graded, yes. I did sell a lot of my comic books at that time too unfortunately to buy baseball cards. That seemed to be the trend in the early 90s.
Right.
And I sold a lot of very valuable books, but I was able to get that Amazing Spider-Man 300 back at some point in very good condition. But now it's graded and binded and not to be read again in paper form.
Good for you. Yes. Good for you, sir.
Are you a comic book person or just a comic book character fan?
I'm a character fan. I read them growing up. I never really saved them, and I collect a lot of things and I save a lot of things, but the comic books I never really saved. I always passed them along. So when I'd go pick up whatever new issues or somebody else had them, I'd trade with people at school, or I'd just give it to other people and go, here you go. I was done reading it. I never bothered to save them.
Very good. But you enjoyed the characters that were within.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially because now they're all coming to the movies, to the big screen. Like, you're seeing characters now that you'd never thought that you would see in any kind of television show, much less a major motion picture now. Like Starro. I don't know if you saw the new why can't I think of the damn name? It's the movie everyone hated, but then like the second one.
The Godfather.
No. Damn it. The one with Harley Quinn and Peacemaker and
Suicide
Deadshot.
Squad.
Well, I don't know why I blanked on that. Yeah, the new Suicide Squad. You had Starro, who was the sort of the villain, the monster at the end of the second half of the movie. That was a weird character you'd see in the comic books. You never thought you'd ever see like an action figure of them being, or the character being portrayed anywhere else outside of the books. And then here you are, there's figures out there. You saw them in the big screen in a major motion picture, in a big movie. And now's the time where everything that we read growing up is now scripts and source material for all these movies coming out. It's a great time.
Yeah, I hear the Sinister Six will be a major part of Marvel's future.
Yeah, hopefully they figure out a way to stop that, but everything Sony does with the Marvel material that they have is just terrible. Like, it doesn't make sense the way that it's starting up. It doesn't make sense why they're doing it. Venom didn't make sense. Morbius didn't make sense at all. And now they got what's his name, the Hunter, coming, and he's now not going to be the villain, which he was always a villain. They're going to make him a superhero. None of it makes sense. Sony just ruins everything. And I mean, I guess be happy that these things are being translated into bigger properties, but they're just terrible.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, I should say that I'm a fan of yours. I wasn't at first, but as your material developed, and I heard the Pi Day Scott episode, but I heard the Dr. Steve episode a while ago, and then hearing your stuff on WATP, the To Catch a Dabbler is just so poorly put together that it's so hilarious because the timing is always off, and that makes it amazing. It makes it a very brilliant piece that you do, that it's so damn funny. So I really became a fan of the odd way that you put stuff together. I thought you were the guy that would call in and would always say, "Hi, Zia," in all our phone calls. I thought that was you.
Oh, actually, that was me. I totally forgot about that.
I knew it. I knew it was you. Oh, God, that's too funny. She asked for a while. She's like, "Do we know who that is?" I said, "I have no idea who that is." And then hearing your voice time and time again on Carl's show, and I was like, I think that's the guy. I can't pinpoint it, but I think that's the guy I would call in and just blow past Giddles and then be like, "Hi, Zia," and then go into the whole thing.
I totally forgot I used to do that.
All right, man. Well, if we're done, I do have to run, but
yes. Well, thanks.
If you want to do this another time, we can definitely do that.
Thank you for coming on.
No problem.
And, big fan. Keep up the good work.
You too. I do enjoy your To Catch a Dabbler and some of the bits you do for Carl. They're very funny.
I was just about to retire that one too, but now I got to keep it going.
You can't now because now I've met John twice, but all my friends are comics that worked with him, through the decades, and they all have just terrible stories about John. And the way he's acting now with I guess he doxed that guy in Florida who released his comedy set, that this is just adding, he should be done. He should have been done a long time ago as far as Carl's coverage, but he just keeps regenerating and regenerating. It's like you can't not focus on this guy because he keeps coming up with new shit. And now that he's on this rampage of this guy doxing and then trying to go after other people now too, you got to keep doing stuff on him.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't going to do stuff on him. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
To Catch a Dabbler might be retired, but I got to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I think people like To Catch a Dabbler though. Yeah, maybe it's not every week, maybe it's every other week or something to space it out, but it's such a great bit because you did what was the one on Sunday that was so fucking accurate? Oh, we're talking about calling Gary, and you said we're gonna have a party. Did you leave enough shrimp in the ocean for everybody? That is something that would have been said on the Stern Show, and I was convinced that was the line, and it turned out he was just trying to beg for attention to get his book.
Like I said,
Exposure.
I'm sure I heard him say that at some point too. That's where it came
was
from.
spot on. So
okay, maybe I'm reading too much Reddit then, because I'm seeing people saying enough.
Reddit hates everything.
That's true.
And if they're gonna here's the thing with a lot of that stuff, when they start pointing out enough of this shit, enough of that stuff, means that you're on the right path. Because if they're the only ones saying it, then that means everybody else is enjoying it.
Well, I am enjoying doing the potato videos now, which if you check out my YouTube, you'll see.
I heard that. That was, goddamn, was that hilarious too. Well, keep doing what you're doing, my friend.
All right, Eric. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Massapequa, it sounds like a magical place. Tell me about Massapequa. Is it steeped in Native American history?
Well, there is an Arby's in the shape of a teepee.
Let's take some calls from the fans. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Cardiff, it finally happened. On Sunday on Who Are These Podcasts, Carl played John's comedy act that he did at the Black Box on Friday. A hater troll showed up and recorded his whole comedy act. It is terrible. Everybody at the Who Are These Podcasts made fun of it, and it is really bad. I can see why John never wanted anybody to hear his comedy act, and he prohibited it from being on YouTube. He ended up with this squeegee joke, the worst joke of all time. This is really hitting rock bottom for John. I don't think he can even recover from this. It is really bad for him.
If Gary was still alive today, just knowing John still uses that fucking squeegee bit as his closer.
By the way, there were 10 people at the show.
Master Yoda, I am. Listening you are to the world-famous Cardiff Electric podcast. On the internet today, one of the most famous podcasts.
Oh, Mr. Cardiff, I ain't talked to you in a while. Well, I was down there in South America. Tell you that with Trace Atkins. He's on tour down there, and all them fellas down there said to tell Mr. Cardiff hola and vaya con Dios. They said they really are a fan of you down there, and I ain't seen nothing like it. Well, I hear old Southern John's at it again. He's done. He goes through everybody. He'd go. That old purple feller. He's gonna get him too. That's what he says anyway. I hear. He sounds like a whole lot of barking, not a whole lot of bite, if you know what I mean. So we hear him holler, don't you know? Well, all right. I appreciate you. I'll talk.
And then I got I can't watch football.
No, Mr. Carter, that old tater fella. I'm gonna tell you that fella ain't right. He just ain't right. And I don't know what I don't want to say, but he's that fella ain't right. There's something wrong with him. I'm gonna tell you. Well, listen, in the holler, what we do with tater, and y'all call it potato, but that's kind of absolute shit fine. We have spuds, or we have taters, tubers. Call them a tuber. But we'll make possum chowder. You take you a little, possum, you put it in a box, you feed it corn for about, I don't know, about 10 days. Then you put it in there with some taters, boil it up. You ain't never had beetles like that. I'm going to tell you. Well, anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Hey, this is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You're listening to the world-famous Cardiff Electric Podcast, one of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Yeah, man. I was wrong to tell you that potato fella, I couldn't clean it. It gave me nightmares. I'm gonna tell you that. Please don't do that fella around no more. I was disturbing, and that gave me nightmares, and I couldn't sleep for a week after watching that weirdo potato fella. I didn't know there's people like that in the world. I surely did not. Although I do know about that Carl Cheeseburger fella, and my family we don't claim him. We surely do not claim him. We may be cheeseburgers too, but that's a whole different thing. I'm gonna tell you that. I hear he's coming to Nashville. That scares me too. I ain't slept for a week thinking about that old Carl Cheeseburger coming to Nashville. I don't know what he's gonna do. And well, anyway, I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa, coming for you. He's on my shoulder. You're smoking like a good monkey butter. Amazing, baby. Baby, know you really care. If you're let you down tonight, just like flowers to my nose.
I just let that music little interlude there play at the end of his episode. But that you did hear Erik Nagel interview from April 27, 2022. And in there he did refer to that whole Pide Scott anonymous caller ordeal. And if you go to Stunner and Sex Pest YouTube channel, there is a video he did about the origins of Cardiff Electric, which I did play on one of my earlier date night shows, and in that it's a whole recap of the whole Pide Scott fiasco and an anonymous caller, whoever that could have been. But please go check that out. You also find plenty of John stuff there. I mean, too much to mention. But that kind of wraps up the whole Cardiff Electric podcast for now on this date. We just finished up April 2022, and John did his DC trip. The potato was just born on YouTube, so it's probably a good ending point there. But before we wrap up tonight's show, we're gonna play some games. Now, you even heard Erik Nagel in that interview mention how much he appreciates and loves the Cardiff Electrics, the Polka Dabbler, the Who Said It games he did on WATP. And we're going to watch about 5 of them we're going to check out. Oh, look, special guest in the chat there. Well, look at that. These I cut down the WATP shows to just the game portions. They're each about like a few minutes long, so you can play along and enjoy. It picks up at episode 301, which was in early March of this year of 2022. So it all kind of coincides with the shows we listened to tonight. Hopefully give it a whirl here. Let me get rid of that picture there. Oh, jeez Louise. No, not that one. Oh, God. Really batting 1,000 tonight here, folks.
All right. Well, please join us again next week. Oh, you know what? Fuck. We should play to catch a dabbler, too, before we sign off.
Oh, Cardiff is yelling at you.
No, I just remembered that, but he is yelling at me.
Fuck you, Cardiff. This isn't the Cardiff show.
Hey,
it's a jam-packed show.
Vic, do you want to play to catch a dabbler?
Absolutely.
What Carl's referring to is the time that the WATP episodes were being recorded. You can listen to it live in the WATP Discord in there. If you're in the voice channel that Carl was doing the show, certain people he will call out and have them join in on the show as it's happening. So that's what you're hearing. And then you hear you'll hear it throughout these games. You'll hear Review Girl Vic and Casey hop in, along with, I believe, Andy. You got Blind Mike, Brian Johnson, Vinny. You'll hear throughout these games.
Absolutely. Hello.
Vicky.
Hello,
Whee!
Vicky in the house. All right. You guys remember how to play this game, right?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's listen to it, and maybe he'll tell us how.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler.
Just last night, the bill was like 180, 190.
What did John say next? Here are your choices.
Okay.
1. So, I don't know. I threw down like 3 $100 bills.
No.
B.
Never.
And I realized I left my wallet at home. 3. But I don't know. They did not accept Amex. So I had to find an ATM. IV. And I left, I don't know, a 25-30% tip. E. And all I ordered was 9 Coors Light and, I don't know, a bologna sandwich. Lastly,
Jesus.
And I don't know, I thought she would pay half, or at least show some appreciation for the dinner. To catch a dabbler.
I forgot the fucking answers.
I know,
There's
it's
so
too
many
many on
options.
there.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to give you mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's the 25 to 30% tip one.
Because that
sound
kind of
right.
like is like justifying why you're cheap, but you're still contributing money. I thought the same thing. Chris?
Well, he likes to impress with the 300.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
That was my second choice. What do you think, Vic?
I'm gonna go with the second one. I don't know. I don't remember what it said, but the
Right.
second one.
I think that was the same one that Chris said.
Yeah, I think that was the 3 $100. So I just threw down 300.
Yeah,
Three
yeah.
$100 bills. Okay. Well, we're all going to be wrong. Let's find out. What does the Discord think? Oh, no one knows what the fuck what the answers were.
People don't like this game.
So, Fudgical, who's very knowledgeable on this topic, says the ATM one. But does John have an American Express card? Huh. All right, let's
I
find
mean, he
out.
lies anyways, so.
Well, he might have a card that says Jay Leno on it.
All right, contestants, it's time to lock in your answer.
Just last night, the bill was like 180, 190, and then I left the, I don't know, 25-30% tip. But
Be sure to come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch a dabbler.
I don't know why it's called To Catch a Dabbler. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I dabble in tipping. I know his tricks.
Well, I won. There was someone in our subreddit who was bitching about us playing games on the show. Like, play games on your own time. Everyone can play along, sir. That's the point of having games on shows. You play along at home.
It's called the skip ahead button.
Or that.
Just shut the fuck up.
or there's always
ask, run away.
That's what this should be called. Please join us again next week. It might be the episode we find out once and for all. Who are these podcasts? Sleep well, every pony.
That was from episode.
I'm going to bring on our review girl, Vic. Oh, Vic, are you in the kitchen cooking right now?
I thought it was a cowbell.
That's a good joke. Vic, are you there? I'm trying to do a professional show here, Vic. I've had so many fuck-ups today. This has been the worst show.
Not going.
All right. Somebody alert Vic that she's... Yeah, Missy B sounds like she's in the kitchen where she belongs. That's what I was thinking, but...
Shut the fuck up, Carl. I'm cooking. I'm trying to be a good housewife. Fuck.
Well done. I'm proud of you. Vic,
Thank you.
I thought I would bring you on early to play a game or two with us. What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right. So apparently, according to Cardiff Electric, producer Chris reached out to him and said, you got to bring back Who Said It.
What a bunch of horse shit.
So he did a Who Said It, but it's a one-off Who Said It. There's only one question.
All right.
And one answer. So you got the sheet out. All right. You familiar with this game, Mike?
Very much so, yeah.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Welcome to Who Said It?
One Shot,
the official podcast game on WATP. Brought to you by the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network. Okay, Carl and co-host. Who said it? I rubbed one or two out to the sister, and it didn't hurt that she was faking the American accent and that she was actually English. Who?
All right. For the Who Said It, the choices are Opie, Tom Myers, Patrick Michael, Jerry Banfield, Stuttering John.
Said it.
Okay, I'm going to bring Chris onto the live stream here so that we can all play along. Rubbed one out to the sister American accent. Who would talk about rubbing one out? I mean, I always go Jerry Banfield when it comes to these types of things, but I'll go Tom
really?
Myers.
I thought clearly Stuttering John would be my answer.
Okay, I'm going to go Tom Myers, Stuttering John. What do you got, Chris?
Wait, you said Tom Myers?
I'm going Tom Myers.
Oh.
Because it can't be Jerry every time.
I'm going with Jerry.
Okay, you got Jerry. Vic, what do you think?
I'm going Jerry.
Oh, fuck. If I lose,
Oh, wait.
you guys
Mike,
win.
what'd you say?
I said Stuttering John, but it
Okay.
seems like you guys, I think I'm way off.
Well, let's
Oh,
hope.
dude,
let's hope
have
everyone but
have
me
you heard me
is.
play this game? I'm terrible at it. Just because I disagree doesn't mean you're wrong. All right, let's see what's going on.
That's true.
1, 2, 3.
I rubbed one or two out to the sister.
Opie!
Ah, the Opester.
We all missed
And
it.
it didn't hurt that she was faking the American accent and that she was actually English.
Well, if he did that laugh.
Yeah, that would have given it away.
That's all for this week on Who Said It?
One Shot.
Brought
Damn
to
it.
you by the Cardiff Electric Podcast Network. Home to some of the most famous podcasts on the internet today.
Like Vinny likes wrestling. All right. Just because Who Said It made a comeback doesn't mean To Catch a Dabbler is not here with us this week. That's right. It's time for episode 4 of To Catch a Dabbler.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
You know, I have OCD. I have bad OCD. I'm on the highest spectrum of OCD, and so my Burbank, a psychologist, had said, with the Luvox, take a little Klonopin, whatever, and the psychiatrist agreed. It helps immensely, but I didn't know.
To Catch a Dabbler.
What didn't he know?
What did John say next? Here are your choices. 1. You shouldn't mix these with Viagra. B, you would get so sleepy after just a couple of beers. 3, you could suffer from massive withdrawal if you stop for a couple of days. Next, some of the side effects made me feel like I was having another stroke. Finally, you really have to pay attention. These can affect your performance, in the bedroom. To catch a dabbler.
So I'll go first. I do think that this is number 3, the withdrawal.
All right. I'm going to go with the stroke one.
You go stroke. That's what Missy's rooting for. That's what's a root for answer.
Well, we all are, but.
Mike?
I don't think he would admit to having any sort of troubles in the bedroom. So I think it's got to be the second one. You shouldn't mix it with beers.
He said Viagra. Shouldn't mix it with Viagra.
No, the first one was Viagra. The second one was beers.
It was?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
the sleepy
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Vic?
I'm going with the second one as well.
All right. So I'm alone on this one then. Oh, you guys are suckers.
I have OCD. I have bad OCD. I'm on the highest spectrum of OCD, and so my Burbank, a psychologist, had said, with the Luvox, take a little Klonopin, whatever, and the psychiatrist agreed. It helps immensely, but I didn't know you could suffer from massive withdrawal if you stop for a couple of days.
Fucking Carl.
Oh.
Be sure to come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch a dabbler.
Because I knew that one because that was when he went to Reno and he didn't bring his Klonopin with him. Ended up in the emergency room. He's a fucking
Well, you
idiot.
are a student of this. I should have known.
Yeah, that one I knew. I don't normally know these ones, but that one I knew.
The next one is episode 304 with Brian Johnson, and they play To Catch a Dabbler.
But before I do that, since we have Brian here, I wanted to play To Catch a Dabbler with Brian. Do you want to play along with us?
Sure.
All right. I don't have to say the name of the game. He says it 8 times on this audio track.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
Now I am.
This is kind of my celebratory, shows like where I have everybody on who contributed, including yourself, because it really is. I think everybody really pitched in and did what they could. And I dedicated this podcast for just this one simple reason of taking down the dotard and getting Joe Biden elected. So,
To Catch a Dabbler. What did John say next? Here are your choices. A. It's time for me to get the respect I deserve. B. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm thanking all the people like you. 3. I'm just waiting for a call from CNN to be a panelist. 4. If you want to thank me, paypal.me/John Melendez Inc. E. Mission accomplished.
All right. I like number 2, and now I forgot what it is. I don't remember what the second one was.
Not going to pat myself on the back.
That's right. Yes. Being humble about the fact that Joe Biden won the election. Like, I probably had a lot to do with it, but look, that's not what we're here for today. Let's just enjoy the victory and move on. That's what I say is 2. What do you say, Andy?
I'll go with E.
The last one?
Yeah.
Producer Chris?
I'm going to go with the first one, respect.
Okay. Brian. Wow, we got everyone's all over the place. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Carl. I'm going to go B. I think that's a very passive-aggressive way of congratulating himself.
All right. Let's find out if we can catch a dabbler together, Brian.
To Catch a Dabbler.
this is kind of my celebratory, shows like where I have everybody on who contributed, including yourself. because it really is. I think everybody really pitched in and did what they could. And I dedicated this podcast for just this one simple reason of taking down the dotard and getting Joe Biden elected. So you know, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm thanking all the people like you,
me.
Be sure to come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch a dabbler.
Well, I can tell you who's man enough to catch a dabbler. That would be myself and Brian Johnson from
We did it.
Tell Him Steve Dave.
The next one is To Catch a Dabbler from episode 306, and I believe this one is just Carl, Chris, and maybe one other usual guest.
All right, we missed it last week. Let's get into it.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play To Catch a Dabbler?
I am. I'm looking for review
I
girls.
leave
They're
my
not
house. I was on the way to see my son. First, I had to go to the CVS to pick up atorvastatin, which is my high cholesterol, medication. So when I leave, I get to the drugstore and I'm waiting for my atorvastatin, and then it dawns on me.
To catch
okay.
a dabbler.
What dawns on him?
What did John say next?
Is it just the
Here
two of us?
are your choices. 1. I left my wallet at the pub.
Pretty good.
B. I wasn't even wearing a mask. That must be why everybody was looking at me. 3. It's Nikki B's birthday. I'll get her a gift while I'm here. D.
Never.
I left my Klonopin downstairs in the kitchen. Finally, I've really destroyed my entire life.
I regret life.
To catch.
When I heard his clip in it, before he listed off the choices, my first instinct was he's gonna say he lost his wallet.
A dabbler.
All right. Listen, the one that makes the most sense to me, even though John, being the perfect liberal that he is, you would think he'd be wearing a mask at all times, even though it's full of holes. I'm going to say it's the mask one. He showed up without a mask. And he's like, oh, it must be why everyone's staring at me. What do you think it is, Producer Chris?
Well, one of these times I would love to say it's all of them and be right, but I'm going to go with the wallet, not having his wallet.
He left his wallet at the pub.
Yeah.
That sounded possible to me, too.
Yeah, the other 3 are just out there.
All right, let's catch this fucking dabbler already.
Finally.
I leave my house. I was on the way to see my son. First, I had to go to the CVS to pick up atorvastatin, which is my high cholesterol, medication. So when I leave, I get to the drugstore and I'm waiting for my atorvastatin, and then it dawns on me. I left my Klonopin downstairs in the kitchen.
Whoa!
Be sure to come back
Does it
next
make
week
sense?
to find
In the
out if
spice
you
rack?
are man enough to catch a dabbler.
Wow.
Why would that affect him getting the
I don't
other-
know. It doesn't make any sense. What is Klonopin in the kitchen? Who gives a shit?
Well, I guess it makes sense because it doesn't make sense.
You're at the pharmacy. Get some more.
Yeah, Jesus.
Wow.
Man, fuck this game.
God damn it, Cardiff. You got us again,
Yeah,
buddy.
he did.
And you know what? If Vic and Casey were here, they would have lost too, damn it.
Are we done here? I think we are.
I think we are too. Producer.
That little sound drop there was a callback to the Mom Swipes Left podcast that we listened to earlier. They must have clipped that drop, which I believe they still probably use from time to time now when they wrap up the show. But the next and last game was from episode 307. It's To Catch a Dabbler with Vinny and KC.
Get to the real game.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, To Catch a Dabbler. Are you ready to play
to catch a dabbler.
Let me pause. Is everyone ready to play? Vinny, are you ready to play?
I guess.
Producer Chris?
Yes.
Casey?
Absolutely.
All right, we're all ready to
Definitely.
play. Thank you for asking, though, Cardiff. I'm glad he makes sure we're all ready to
Appreciate the
play to catch a
consideration.
dabbler.
Her phone sounds muffled. Are you calling us from like a ditch or something? Where are you?
No, I'm in my room. I'm not using a phone. I'm using a microphone.
She actually sounds way better than usual.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, Casey, you're doing it right for once.
Amazing.
Who would I want to play me in a biopic? Well, it would have to be somebody that looks somewhat like me. So I guess.
Oh boy.
I guess that potato guy from YouTube.
Catch a dabbler. What did John say?
You know, if I'd worked out for a couple of years leading up to it, then it'd be viable. I still have that potato pulled up. I can't stop looking at it. It's so disturbing.
You know, if somebody's asking me this seriously, who is the actor that I think could play John?
Yeah.
And like do it masterfully enough that it would be a good movie?
Mhm.
Only one guy, John Favreau. He's got the body type, he's got the same kind of head, and he's a great actor, and he would see the humor in how terrible John is.
And he does a whole movie about striking out with girls, so it'd be believable.
Absolutely. Swingers 2. The
Swingers
Stuttering
2.
John story.
All right, let's see here.
Next, here are your choices. Number 1, Marky Mark Wahlberg. B, Producer Chris. 3, Brad Pitt. D, Aquaman. 5, Keanu Reeves. Finally, Robert Downey Jr.
Maybe Robert Downs Jr. would make sense.
Correct.
I'm
More
gonna,
Downey
He
Jr.
really
could play
said
him.
one of those options.
I'm going to
That's
say it's Brad Pitt.
unbelievable.
I could see Stuttering John saying that and then being like, because I'm so handsome.
I could also kind of hear him going, who's that guy who plays Aquaman?
Yeah, you're right. He might say Aquaman.
I'm going to go Aquaman just because it sounds dumbest.
No, the guy from Entourage who plays Aquaman. What do you got, Producer Chris?
Keanu Reeves.
Okay. So
he's probably going to say Brad Pitt because that does sound
Brad
like
Pitt.
the obvious thing, but I'm going to go with Aquaman for the fun of it.
All right, sounds good. Casey?
I'm gonna go with Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
I don't know why.
He's Iron Man,
None of it-
and I'm Aluminum Can Man.
All of those are just like unbelievable to me, but
I built the suit out of empties.
Yeah. He's like in a prison camp. He has to build a superhero suit out of Coors Light cans.
Could you imagine that? Like the lid for the face comes up and cockroaches just crawl out of the sides.
Iron Man. To catch a dabbler.
Who would I want to play me in a biopic? Well, it would have to be somebody that looks somewhat like me. So I guess Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Be sure to come back next week to find out if you are man enough to catch.
You know who's man enough to
a
catch a dabbler? This guy right here. Yeah.
Too bad with those feet you couldn't even catch up to a jogger.
To catch an infant.
And that wraps up our date tonight. And I know, not a great date. I'll admit that. No one's getting laid tonight. It's okay. Hey, we'll try again our next date. If you are listening to this after it aired live, I'm probably going to go back and edit out that chunk there in the beginning that kind of didn't really make sense, but I appreciate those of you that are listening now that stuck around through it all and enjoyed the show. And I was able to at least play mainly the Cardiff episodes that I was looking forward to playing. And I'm definitely glad we got to see the origin of the potato on camera and how that whole thing came about and who's responsible and stuff. And we did get to listen to some games back then, which is which was always my favorite part and still is today. It's always listening to the games, even though if you follow Cardiff on his Patreon, you kind of get you can hear the game like before it's on WATP and stuff. So if you listen to WATP, you can see you already know the answer, but you can tell, holy shit, we're losing everything here. You can tell like who picks what and what's gonna happen. I don't know. I find it kind of amusing, kind of lame like that. Maybe that's probably why I'm never getting laid on these dates, is it? But I appreciate you all hanging out, listening, sticking around. Episode 7. We're gonna try doing episode 8. God willing, everything goes right. You had many choices out there tonight. I know there's probably like a gazillion shows happening while this whole thing was going on. It's kind of why I wanted to start a little early, even though that didn't quite work out right. But yeah. So like for the next show, if like 2 days before I say 8 o'clock, just, card always subject to change. So I definitely recommend, if you are subscribed to this channel, to hit the bell and get notified for those changes. Because you always get kind of like an alert like 30 minutes prior, and YouTube's kind of good with that, hopefully. So like I said, you had many choices out there, but you chose to stay here and listen to me, listen to Cardiff, WATP, and everybody. As for our next date, well, no, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see where we're going. But till then, everybody, good.